the Spanish Guy Gabar, and new TNT champion, and you, yes you, right now are listening to the
Bob Culture Podcast.
Bob Culture Podcast.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Nothing between the lines of the page or out of time. Forgiveness is for angels with its angel spell and a line that's in no second chance or redemption can be found. 'Cause you can't have the devil and the devil is running you down.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to a very special WrestleMania 38 predictions panel episode of the BCP, brought to you by our good friends at our favorite store ever, known as Funkenstein Wrestling Superstore. They're the best guys. Englishtown Flea Market. They're in the Blue Building in Englishtown, New Jersey. Plus, they're online, too. They have everything, bro. We got G.I. Joes. We got wrestling stuff. We got the Hasbro's, Turtles.
We got
X-Men.
horror, and anything you can think of. Comic
It's literally
books.
our favorite.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite stores. I love them so much.
Guys, check them out.
Such good
Funkenstein,
people.
guys, thanks for sponsoring. I'm throwing away the paper now. That's what I have to say. On a personal note, they always go the extra mile for us. Love those guys. Heather, Dan, thank you so much for everything, guys. Funkenstein, check them out online, eBay, all that good stuff.
They have a really cute cat, too.
They do. It's adorable. Goodest brother, how's things?
Things are amazing.
Yeah?
Things are great.
Congrats on the new job, my friend. Manager Nunez. We're very happy for you,
More
man.
important, it's WrestleMania week.
It's WrestleMania
It is
week.
WrestleMania
It is,
week.
man. And glad to have you here for that. And of course, we got to welcome back to the show. He is a BCP OG. A lot of letters here. Remember, you know him from the popbreak.com. You know him from the BCP. You know him from the delicious meats that he's going to be making
And fighting the streets.
at House Wittis. Please welcome back to the show the Andy Smart himself, Mr. Matt Wittis. What's up, brother?
Hey, how we doing? Glad to be there with the BCP boys, the good sister, and the Papa Doc of Pop Break, Bill. Good to see y'all.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming on, rocking the shameless promo. Tea
Perfect.
available now on tpublic.com.
Our future is so bright. Look at those
I
sunglasses.
know. Let's welcome in, please. She is the goodest sister. You know her from, hold on, here's the list. Kimmy Talks Wrestling, the BCP, the popbreak.com. You can see right now the free agent 11 hours from Dallas. She's staying up just to help us out before her flight tomorrow. She's meeting up with a Mandalorian. Can't wait for that. What else do we got? Kimmy Talks Wrestling. We got so many things. Kimmy, how are you? You're so busy.
I am. I've had a month of adventures that Maria basically told me yesterday
Name
that
drop.
she needs to talk to me because I've been everywhere and anywhere within the last month. But in 11 hours, I will be on a beautiful trip to Dallas for WrestleMania week, and I'm very excited.
That's awesome. I am living vicariously through you as always. Very cool. Our background is somehow deconstructing itself as we go on. I don't know what happened, but that's okay. But please welcome back the heart and soul of the BCP himself. You know him as hashtag Lay Editor-in-Chief of the popbreak.com, hashtag Dad Bodkin, hashtag Dad Instincts. Please welcome in the very fashionable Mr. Bill Bodkin. Bill, what up, bro? How are you, man?
Whoa, WrestleMania. Oh, it's gonna be lamia. Oh, here we go. Cody Rhodes selling out. Here we go. All the oldies are back. But one night only, and so is Shane O'Mac. All right, nice. See you guys.
Was that off the cuff, or was that did
That's
you
a good
rehearse
deal.
this? That was pretty good.
Oh, the first part was there. Then I got into Cody, and I just got inspired by the spirits. Not
man.
the alcoholic spirits, but more the spirits of WrestleMania and this season that is upon us.
That's it. We're very
The
excited.
week that is upon us.
No, I'm exhausted. I'm old. And I want to go to bed now.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on, Bill. No, guys, thank you so much for joining us in the chat. Guys, please share the stream. We want to have a lot of fun with this one. We have a lot of ground to cover. I'm talking very, very fast. We're going to keep going. Let us know in the chat who you got, some of your theories, predictions, returns, debuts, all that good stuff. I'm going to go in no particular order here. We're going to try to cover everything. Night one, night two, all that good stuff.
Let it breathe. Let it breathe.
Let it breathe. Take a
Let
breath.
it breathe.
You're right.
Like
No,
a good
you're
sauce,
right. You're not wrong.
like a good bar.
Ooh, sauce.
You gotta just.
Take it in. I'm liking the positive energy here, Bill. Let's start with Drew McIntyre taking on not Baron Corbin, but Happy Corbin. I think everyone just went like this at the same time. I just noticed that.
Worst fucking name ever.
All right, Kimmy, let's start with you because I saw you kind of do the head drop. Your thoughts on this match? Does Corbin win here?
So I think the real story is the fact of the end of days finisher is going to lose its streak because Drew McIntyre is going to be the first person to kick out of it, and Drew McIntyre is going to win. And I just like to say that 365 days ago, he was in the opening match night one fighting for the championship, and now he's wrestling Happy Corbin. WWE booking, ladies and gentlemen. You'll love to see it.
Wow. All right, short and sweet. Matt, no stranger to being a fan of Baron Corbin. I think Baron Corbin has liked some of your tweets that involve delicious meats. Follow at @AndySmark on Twitter. Shameless promo. Is your guy going to win this one?
You know what? I am going to, just because I'm the only person picking it, just to be different. I say he is. They're going to try and make something happen with Madcap Moss's injury and Baron, and something to get Drew higher than this for next year. They're going to extend this on. This is a jump off point, not a not a blow off.
So this is very interesting to me because two ways to look at it real quick. Corbin was the guy who essentially not took out Kurt Angle, but Kurt Angle went out.
Yeah, that
losing
was
to
his
Baron
last
Corbin.
match,
That was a big thing. And after that, what really transpired from that? What did we get from that? Shameless promo. Check out our interview with Mr. Kurt Angle on thepopbreak.com. We talk about that very match then and there's thepopbreak.com. Check that out. It's interesting to me, you talk about the booking with Drew, Kimmy. This could go either way for me. I'm just gonna say, and then Drew taking the loss last year at WrestleMania, which was kind of a surprising one.
Yeah.
At that chase for the title. Again, I'm not trying to recap. You guys know all this stuff, but just doing the math here. It's got to be Corbin, right? Good as brother.
I mean, Kimmy with the facts about nobody kicking out of the end of days.
Yeah.
Nobody has kicked out of it. Man, that is a tough one. I think I'm gonna go with my heart on this podcast.
Rebel heart.
I think that Happy Corbin's gonna win, but I want Drew to win, so I'm gonna go with Drew.
Good. Pick it with your heart. Bill,
Yeah.
Bill, you look
There's no way on God's green earth or my green shirt can I pick Baron Corbin to win anything. Unless it's like a brisket contest or he's making a steak, give him his own cooking show. Great. Let him be happy for that. As Mike drinks a small water cooler. Matt, sorry. And but no, I can't pick Baron Corbin because literally I will throw up as a violent response to betraying my own soul. So no, Drew McIntyre should win this because you have to build anybody to be a championship contender, and Drew losing to Happy Corbin, which is the dumbest. Can I swear on this?
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time, bro.
I know, but we're live. It's the dumbest name ever, so I sort of censored myself.
I'll take it.
But Madcap Moss is only worse for some reason. I think what's going to happen here is I think Drew wins because you need to elevate him because you don't have the next singles guy to challenge whomever, Tribal Chief, wins the world title or the unified title or the Universal World Heavyweight Unified
Thing.
Midwestern Heritage
Global-
Stage Championship.
Global champion.
Only Matt will get that one.
Intergalactic.
But yeah, so
Brass knuckles, yes.
the brass knuckles title, the local brass knuckles title. But yeah, you need somebody, and I think it's him. And just end it. Just end it now for me because Happy Corbin needs to go feud with Cody Rhodes for 8 months.
Wow. All right. There it is. This will be very interesting. Again, there's a couple on here that I'm gonna have a tough choice.
It's not going to be a good match.
Let's go with one of the matches that have more than two competitors or multiple teams. Let's talk about, and I believe this is night 2, the women's tag team championships. Carmella and Zelina Vega taking on Naomi and Sasha, taking on Liv and Rhea Ripley, and a very interesting team of Natalya and Shayna Baszler. That could be really cool moving forward. That's an interesting one right there. Guys, again, let us know in the chat who you have. I see a lot of Drew McIntyre picks. I see some Team Cody in the chat. Very interesting. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Goodest brother, Carmella, Zelina have the tag team titles. They're taking on Naomi, Sasha, Liv, and Rhea. Natalia and Shayna Baszler. Your thoughts?
Now, is this a elimination match or is just a straight up?
I think it's straight up.
Straight up.
They're gonna go for as little
They
time.
could change that at any point.
And I hope they give it time. Please give it time.
I really do hope they give it time because the tag team match last year for the women's was pretty good. They had the gauntlet, and then they challenged for the titles the next night. I think there's gonna be some chicanery with oh man, why is her mind? Oh yeah, Sonya Deville. I think there's gonna be some chicanery there. Again, I'm gonna go with my heart on this. Liv Morgan's never won a title. I think it'd be great for her to win a title on a grand stage. So I'm gonna go with Rhea and Liv.
Here it is. Copy and paste. I'm doing the math here. I always do this, even though it's not an elimination match, I do that process of elimination. I'm looking at all the ladies on this. I would love to see Naomi win. She has a solid WrestleMania record.
Yeah,
Sasha,
does.
not so much. That's a whole nother story. I'll let you guys talk about that. But Liv, I feel like, has had, a lot of that momentum for a while. The fans are really behind her.
Most improved over the last year.
She's
I think.
great with the fans at the house shows, as is Rhea. And I think she needs some gold around the waist, over the shoulder, whatever it is. Let's go with Jersey's own Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley to win this one. Kimmy.
Can I compliment Kimmy first for doing the sunglasses over the glasses thing, since I thought I was the only one who ever did that?
Wrestling fashion.
I really want to. I just want to say I really,
great.
really appreciate that. It's
It
really
works
great.
well.
No,
It does.
because when I was in Atlantic City, I lost my really expensive sunglasses that were
Yeah.
prescription. So
Never
now I
again.
have to do this. And now I'm sad because now I have to pay $400 for a new pair of prescription sunglasses. Anyway, so I don't like how we're not going like all the matches of night one, all the matches of night two. Like I have
just gotta-
separate lists. I'm very organized and Rob is messing up my organization. Not happy about it, but it's okay.
Didn't we say don't give Rob shit about this?
I'm used to it at this point.
Well, listen, people can be real vicious to you. What can I tell you?
Exactly. See, I set you up for that one. So I will say, I feel like we're all watching two different programs because, first of all, how are you all picking Baron Corbin? Are you out of your mind? Second of all, how are you picking? No, not
Drew.
you. Me and Bill are the only two sane people right now. Number two, how the hell are you picking Liv Morgan when Sasha Banks has an 0-6 WrestleMania record?
Fair point.
And this
No, that is a
girl-
fair point.
Fair
I
point.
said I'm
And
going with
this
my
girl-
heart.
I'm not picking her.
Wow, Bill, you just ruined my. I complimented you.
Don't worry. My theory is bulletproof, so go for it.
I mean, it's WrestleMania week, so
Oh.
there's going to be betrayal.
So anyway, what I was getting at is Sasha Banks has become a mainstream star. She was in the intro package for the college football championships. She's in the she was. She's in the Mandalorian. She's doing all these things. How the hell do you not have her have one WrestleMania win under her belt, which is why her and Naomi will be winning
That's a fair
those
point.
tag team championships. Zelina and Carmella are gonna go boof, and then Carmella's gonna go have her wedding with Corey Graves next week.
I think that's a really great pick.
No,
That's
that
why
is
I
a good
mentioned
pick, yeah.
Sasha not winning and threw it to you, Kimmy. I think that's a great pick. Bill, is that a Chewbacca mug? Because major points, my dude.
Yes, painted by my beautiful daughter.
Oh, good job.
Oh,
Sophie.
fantastic.
Chewy's
So
representing.
she'll be making a cameo. Don't worry.
Oh, can't wait.
Yay.
Bill, who you got in this one, bro?
So Kimmy, as always, with a great point, but I'm not going to go with hers because someone brought. I had heard this, and it makes a lot of sense because I feel like Liv and Rhea are going to win. Big and little leather are going to win. And so it's like thrash metal, new metal, whatever you want to call them.
I'm on board.
But what was that?
I said I'm on board with it.
Okay. No. So what's going to happen is they're going to win and I think what's going to happen is Sasha and Naomi have been way too friendly, way too quick with like zero explanation. I know they have some history, but let's face it, WWE never references history unless utterly necessary. So I think Naomi eats the pin, leading to Sasha Banks saying, "Again, I lost at WrestleMania because of you. I took you to be a star. And what did you do? You screwed it up. Now I'm going to go be heel Sasha Banks." Now, I also agree with Kimmy's point of she's one of the biggest mainstream people you've had. And Rob, if I'm not correct, your first WrestleMania predictions panel that I was on ever, I said Sasha Banks was going to be one of the biggest mainstream stars in WWE, and she's well on her way. Hey, listen, blind squirrel finds the nut every once in a while. So what I'm saying is you have to do that. Like, Natalia and Shayna is just a nice, slap together team. Zelina and Carmella can they coexist? We'll never know. The answer is no, they never coexist. But I think you give it to Big Little. And I think they're going to be a lot of fun because you know what? Liv Morgan deserves a good run with it. And then they're really getting behind Rhea Ripley. And what better way to give Rhea like the singles push as you take out her little friend who whoever the champion is takes her out and then Rhea comes for revenge. It makes a lot of sense. So I'm going with Big Little on this one. So let's go with that.
Love it. Love the intensity, Bill. Bill in rare form.
Rhea Ripley still has one of my biggest dumb moments in wrestling history. She was trying to do a run-in when her music played, but instead of doing the run-in, she still had to do the fucking stomp. And I'm just like, go save the person in the ring.
I'll give Jeff Hardy a pass. We give Jeff Hardy a pass.
Jeff Hardy is okay. He's on a different planet.
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy. At least he was running to the ring. Guys, can we all do it?
Let's do it.
He's just running to the ring.
Going the no sell from
you're gonna do it one day.
It's in my segment, so we're not cutting you off.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
It's like,
and you're putting on face paint.
But she just stops. She's like, hold on. Stop. And you're like, just go to the ring and do it when you get in the ring. It's a thing. Shawn Michaels. God, you just ruined stuff for me. Anyway, yeah. So Rhea and Liv.
Yeah, great pick. I agree with it because that's what I picked. Bubba John, welcome into the chat. Ref Pat Savino, Mr. So Cool. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the chat. No one cares about the women's. I care about the women's tag team. I think that
they don't care. They barely care about. They care about it once a year.
You're the only one that does.
They care about it at WrestleMania, and that's it.
Miguel picking Sasha and Naomi. Very interesting. All right, guys. And a lot, guys. Again, please share the stream. Let's talk about this one because we kind of were talking a little bit off air about.
You skipped Matt.
I'm sorry, dude. I warned. I sent you guys a disclaimer.
You can actually skip me. You can skip me because Bill used he Professor X'd me. He took everything out of my brain and said it first.
Which is weird because you're the bald one.
Oh,
there you go.
I mean, what?
He's the handsome one.
Bald. I'm here.
He's the handsome one.
No, we're all the handsome.
Yeah.
Stop it. There's enough handsome to go around.
Okay, he's the Ewan McGregor Professor X.
Okay,
James
McAvoy.
No,
sorry,
yeah, I'm with you.
Jeez.
Obi-Wan.
A lot of handsome on this podcast. All right,
one of those British guys that doesn't age. One of those.
Yeah, I'll throw this one to you, Matt. First, we'll talk about my guy, obviously Ray and Dominic taking on Miz and Logan Paul. This is interesting. Your first kind of celebrity interaction. Nunes that face. We talked about this last year, where I had felt, and I'm repeating myself here, but they had that SmackDown WrestleMania. That's a whole nother story. We'll talk about that. Where I felt that Dominic and Ray should have won the titles in front of that live crowd, not only because of WrestleMania, but because of the return of the live crowd in that moment. And I talk about that Brock moment with them and just getting that huge pop. This is an interesting one to me, an interesting match. There's a lot of cliches I'm seeing. They kind of stick to their old things, like what did Baron stole the sword in the one match, Miz stole the mask. Like, we've seen all these things before, man. We're used to, even with these tag team matches, we see a lot of these strange bedfellow tag teams, and we talk about them turning on each other. It's the same thing. I like different, which Seth Rollins is doing. That's a whole nother story. We'll talk about that. I know that's your guy, Kimmy. But Matt, your thoughts on this match? I'm all over the place. Rey Mysterio and his kid taking on Miz and Logan Paul.
Like I said, it's okay to be all over the place because I think they were all over the place when they put this together.
It's fair.
It's fair.
They said, who can we get? Who's the flavor of the month that we can throw in there? They get Logan Paul. Who can we put him in there that can contain him? Well, we got Miz on one end and we got we got Ray on the other, and I don't see now. It is WWE at WrestleMania, so
yeah, exactly.
I'm going to eat my words here. I don't see how this doesn't go to the Mysterios. The only way I see is that people have been saying it's a tag team. They're going to break them up. They're going to send Dominic on his own. If they're going to do it, this is the chance to do it. But I see, Miz counting on Logan Paul to do something. Logan Paul not knowing, where he's at on the same page. The classic miscommunication. Mysterios win. Logan Paul knocks out Miz.
Oh,
that's the end of the show.
Yeah.
That's all they're doing.
Yeah. Shit.
I mean that's the formula.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with it. That's my safe pick.
Kimmy, I see Kimmy sitting there shaking her head the whole time. Kimmy, is this where we go?
By the way, I don't know what this is. It's just like, are you shooting two guns at each other? You're just like,
No,
She's
that's
a
what
Hardy
you do
Boys
when-
fan.
No, that's what you do when you're like confused or like in an awkward situation. That's
We're
why, like,
old,
when
Kimmy,
I'm
we're
telling
old.
you,
that should be me all the time.
What is that?
that's why, like, when I text you like weird things, I'm like, Bill.
Yeah, I just ignore that part of it. I'm just like,
Is it
all
like
right,
the
what,
field
what,
goal
what do the
thing where
words say?
hit
I'll
the
answer
target
that.
I feel like
goal.
I feel like I should just keep this up the whole time.
I feel like should be like New Girl, where it's just like, you know,
Nice.
like I love you.
Kimmy, I see you shaking your head the whole time at this. Is this where we're going to go? Because you guys have been saying it all year. Dominic's going to turn in Ray.
No.
Is this what do you got?
No one's thinking. When was the last time a celebrity lost at WrestleMania?
So we're going to bring that up several times, I think, in this podcast. But go ahead.
Yes, 0 times, which is why. Like, do you know how much these celebrities get paid to do this? Do you think they want to do this? No, they don't want to do this. They're
Bad
doing
Bunny
this for.
did.
Yeah, he's different. But like, everyone does this. Everyone does this for a freaking
Maria
paycheck.
Menounos did it. She wanted to do it. I
No,
can
she
go on. If you
didn't.
want to really fuck with me on this one, like, keep going. So, I mean, but anyway.
Maria Menounos did not want to do that. She was high key injured in that match, sir.
Yeah, but she did.
Yeah, but she sucked in it. Anyway, so Logan Paul's doing this for a paycheck. He's probably gonna be high, like he was last year at WrestleMania 37.
Allegedly.
You said he was. You texted me.
Oh, I'm just saying allegedly.
I don't even
on
really
it.
know him that well, and I'm gonna say that he is, or that he was.
So Logan Paul and The Miz are gonna win because celebrities don't lose at WrestleMania.
It's a fair point. And Kimmy, people agreeing with you in the chat. Welcome Tom in the chat saying, agree Logan Paul wins. Billy Drew, I'm not going to say it, I'll get in trouble. Handsome Bill Bodkin.
Oh, I would go through the screen and punch you.
I believe it. I believe it.
So here's why I think the Mysterios do win, because Matt brought up a point. Because I've read that Logan Paul has said, I'm staying in WWE past WrestleMania. So what better way to build up the next match than The Miz losing, The Miz getting in his face, shoving him? Because remember, you know who else? You know who doesn't really win at WrestleMania? The Miz. Remember when he should have beat Shane McMahon and didn't? Because The Miz usually loses at WrestleMania, which is wild. So I think you're going to get a Logan Paul Miz thing, and that'll eventually happen at another big pay-per-view somewhere down the road. The Mysterios, like, why this match is even happening, like why Logan Paul was brought in.
Yeah.
Like, The Miz could beat the Mysterios on his own, because let's face it, I am on the record of saying that Dominic is the new age Eric Watts, and he is just not good. He's not. Sorry. He's not good. And like,
Serviceable, but not good.
he's it's just, this whole thing doesn't make any sense. And I think the Mysterios do win. You get the feel good moment for Dominic and Ray they didn't get last year really at WrestleMania. And The Miz and Logan Paul have their feud because you give The Miz something to do on a high level thing with despite what we're saying, Logan Paul is a popular person. So I mean, there you go. And I hate every fiber of my being saying any of this, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm having trouble with this one, Noons.
We're gonna go with the Mysterios. I have no interest in Logan Paul. Like you guys said, the Mysterios deserve to have that big moment at WrestleMania, even though it's not for the tag team titles. I feel like Ray and his son winning at WrestleMania would be a big moment, so we'll go with them.
Yeah, I'm gonna go, and again, Ray's my guy. We all know this. Don't pick with your heart, kind of a thing. I'm gonna go with Ray here. Looking at it from strangely a commentary perspective, 4 commentators. That was the talk of the town on Twitter last night. That was very interesting. But Cole very delicately pointed to, obviously, the thing going on with the mask, the legacy of the mask. This is why Dominic does not yet have a mask, yada, yada, that being passed down. What if, again, I hate doing the fantasy booking here, but what if they do have that big win? I was going to say he gets the mask back, but he did get it back last night. And that in front of the crowd is where he dons the mask upon his son. Now,
That would be good.
That would be really cool.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
WrestleMania, it feels like you're always fighting against time. There's not a lot of segments, and if there are, they're really fast forwarded unless The Rock or Stone Cold's there. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But I'm thinking there are a lot of celebrities involved in this WrestleMania, and I think if we did see a celebrity loss, and Kimmy, you have a very fair point. They've been talking about
they
this
really don't lose
on a lot
them.
of podcasts. It doesn't make sense, but I'm going to go. I'm not going to say he's going to give the match, but what a cool WrestleMania moment. I feel that they deserve a moment. Again, I'm being very biased, Ray's my guy, but that would be really cool. So for that reason, I'm going to go Mysterios, and I think Logan Paul can and The Miz can afford a loss here, so I'll go with that.
Yeah, Logan Paul's not eating the pin for sure.
Oh, no, definitely.
True.
No.
Good call.
Yeah.
All right, where
Oh man, it would have made sense if they had the Paul brothers versus the Miz and Morrison. That would have been
okay.
That would have been. I would have hated it, but
Yeah,
it
me
would
too.
have made sense.
Yeah,
Interesting.
that I don't see them. Like I said, they needed Miz on one side to, contain or be able to handle.
Yeah.
His side of the ring.
For
Good,
sure.
Good as sister, I know you like to drive, so what do you got? You pick the next match. Where you want to go?
Does she?
I don't drive. I do
Yeah,
not
oh,
have my driver's license.
You have the bridge, Kimmy. What do you got?
Becky Bianca.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh, wow. Going I like it. Well, Becky, Bianca. This is the one I'm most excited for, bro.
Really?
Out of
Okay.
all the matches.
Really?
You talk about this long, since SummerSlam kind of
we
feud.
we
We had
watched
a
it.
lot of opinions. There were a
Yes.
lot of emotions. Becky coming back might have been reactionary to things going on in other promotions. That being said, good to see her back. That handshake fake out, insta heel. We talked about that on the podcast.
Big time Bex.
Yeah, manhandle slam, really short match. We're finally going to get that. Hopefully, give this time. If you're giving anything time, give this time. I'm so excited for this match. I always say they kind of hinder Bianca's moveset a little bit. Now she's, she went all out at last WrestleMania. Now she's slowly using more and more. She is so darn good, and she's going to go all out.
So natural.
Becky is solid, super mom. We have always been a pro Becky show. The scissors thing with the hair last night was very interesting. It made sense, but when she hit that KOD and the scissors were just lying in the ring, I was like, no. But they were all very safe. I was a little concerned there. They're doing a great job with the storytelling, and now it's time for them to fight. We have always been a pro Becky show. We met her a couple times. She's amazing in every single way, doing great stuff with the kids. Backstage, I mean, it's great. That's what it's all about. That being said, Bianca got the win last year, and I think Bianca's going to win again. I'm going Bianca Belair, good as brother.
Yeah, I ever since SummerSlam, I was like, somehow, some way, they may not feud the whole time, but they're going to eventually meet at WrestleMania, and Bianca's going to get her revenge. So I think Bianca wins.
Yeah, Kimmy, your thoughts on this one?
I wonder if this is. I hope this does not turn into a hair versus hair match. Bill and I were talking about this last night.
No reason for it.
Yeah.
No reason.
Oh,
Did you watch Raw?
Yeah, he said he did. But
Did you watch this segment?
Yeah, remember I said I was concerned about the scissors being in the ring?
Yeah. That's my concern too. Is like, would they pull that at the last second?
Yeah,
this is
it's
a fight.
WWE.
like a last minute stipulation. I guess.
Yeah.
This needs to be a fight. This needs to be the SummerSlam match we needed,
Anyway, besides that little concern, this match should open the show.
Open? Oh,
Ooh,
an
open.
opener.
Okay, you think so?
I got no reaction there. I was like, wow, everyone's not agreeing with me already? Damn.
I'm seriously
No,
thinking.
I would be surprised if they did do that, but I mean, they surprised us last year with the WWE title match being the opener, so I don't see why they wouldn't.
Well,
Because
Miss
this is-
Blair's boo-hoo-hooing that she's not main eventing night one.
Yeah, because
It's not fair. Kevin Owens gets the main event in a talk show segment. This
Well,
is literally
I mean,
what she did.
It's more the guess.
Now
but-
Kimmy has Thunder Rosa, Britt Baker, and Charlotte Flair going after her.
That's a Thursday afternoon
she is-
problem.
she is MJF. What can I tell you? She's got
Yeah, seriously.
Nice.
Always
No,
a heel.
he doesn't like me either. He kicked me.
Does he
doesn't
like
like
anyone? Yeah,
anybody.
to be fair.
I was just about to say he doesn't like anybody.
But he kicked me. That was high-key rude. Anyway, we're sadly not talking about that company, and I low-key wish we were. But Bianca's going to win for the full circle moment from the 26-second loss she took at SummerSlam.
Interesting. So a lot of people in the chat, some are going Becky, Miguel going Becky, Tom saying Bianca was screwed at WrestleMania before she needs the win. Okay. Very, very interesting. Let's go to the voice of reason, Mr. Wittes. Your thoughts in this one.
First off, I think this is the first time anybody's ever called me that. Thank you.
Gotcha.
In our group, somebody has to be.
Yeah.
I think this has been a long program between the two of them, between Becky and Bianca. This is the right way to end it. Is Bianca goes over. If it ends here, the thing is there. Becky can flop. She can go to either program. She can do a feud with somebody with no title involved. She can do all that. The only reason why I am picking Becky to go over Bianca is because whether you have Sasha the next one coming up or you have Rhea Ripley the next one coming up, both of them are probably going to work as a babyface right now. And you're going to have a heel champion. Because I don't think either one of them are pulling that off. They're going to send either one of them against the winner of the other match when we get to that.
Okay. Bill, I see you thinking over there.
I know. There's so many things, so many thoughts, and how much this could be so much better. Because I don't think this. And listen, this isn't me being, oh, you like the other show. No. I am actually very much looking forward to the match of this, but I feel like with Bianca, they don't do a good job of really building the programs to like remember Sasha and her last year. I'm like, this should be like Rock and Austin, like these two just on the mic going at each other. Oh, we want to see them fight. Didn't happen, but we got I'll say it, one of the great WrestleMania matches of all time. Like, you can put that in the top 10, 25, wherever the hell you want to put it. Great emotional, historic.
I was about to say the moment itself was it was
wonderful.
So good.
I mean, that match was the beauty of pro wrestling. It doesn't matter what alphabet soup you like.
Yeah,
that's what we are all here for. With this, I feel like we should have the same thing, and we could. But man, to me, maybe this is biased because I watched the other show. Just like this match should be a street fight. This should be blood for blood. I know you don't get blood in WWE, but these two women hate each other.
Yeah,
like with a capital hate each other. They've fought so many, and I feel like they've fought so many times, and that's the WWE way of things. We've just keep booking them, that it's lost a little luster for me. But the weird thing was, it's like last night they tried to cut Bianca's hair. Bianca gets the upper hand, and it's like normally that would predicate like, okay, Becky's going to win at Mania, or you're going to do some sort of hair stipulation. But to me, I still think Bianca, which I hate. I don't like that. Unless this is taking place in Arena, Mexico, I don't need anyone getting their head shaved. But listen, so
it doesn't add anything to it.
Especially if you're Dr.
This
Wagner
late in the
Jr.
game.
and you get extensions just for the fact to get your head shaved. But regardless, no one knows about that shit but me. So I really think that Bianca Belair, Matt, to your point, I keep calling you Mike. Matt, to your point,
he's not here.
I know. I'm having a hard time. Matt, I think to your point is, I think Bianca Belair, I think the heel turn could be there. And I think Bianca's best work, as we saw in NXT, is when she's the baddest in the WWE. And I think her being a heel is a really good route to take, because you could flip Becky Lynch like that. So it's like Becky Lynch could be a heel, face, no time flat. Bianca turning heel, I think, is the more interesting storyline. And especially and not that they would do this, but the Street Profits kind of being a little heelish. Imagine a heel faction of a heel Street Profits, a heel Bianca Belair. I think that's a lot of money that you could be making. And I want to see that. So I think Bianca wins it. But man, just give me an interesting storyline with a Bianca Belair heel turn, and I'd be so down for that.
Very, very interesting. You guys are bringing a lot to the table. That's why you're here.
More than the creative in WWE, because
there it is.
I just don't know if they would pull the trigger on a heel Bianca. But I do agree with you, though. It is very interesting.
But she's done it before.
Yeah.
Like we thought a heel Becky. We thought, like, why would you turn Becky heel? She's your number one babyface, and boom, she turned into a great heel. The big time Bex characters worked. So I think it could be like a very similar path you could take.
We go through these predictions and we see all these, like I talked about earlier, kind of these cliches, these things that we're I don't want to say trained, but these things that we're used to, like the stealing the title or stealing the mask or the stealing the sword, whatever it is, the strange bedfellow tag teams, as I was saying earlier. This person's going to turn heel, whatever it is. I like the different stuff, and I feel like in this build we're not seeing too much of that. But the thing I have enjoyed, and Kimmy, you'll appreciate this, is Seth Rollins bouncing around from show to show, scrapping, doing whatever he can to get into WrestleMania. Where's my match? Because he's not my personal favorite, but he is Seth freaking Rollins. He is. And Kimmy's personal favorite, as we all know. But it's been very interesting. He had the meeting in Connecticut with Vince, which was very interesting last night.
Game on point, as usual.
I mean, he ain't going to win wrestling fashion anytime soon. Let's be real.
Though.
Becky is, but that's a different
That's a
story.
rob. You're robbing Rollins.
That being said,
like you're robbing me.
this character that he's doing right now, not my favorite. Bill, we'll hear you do the laugh in a little bit. He's so worth it.
You're just like, shut.
It's so over the top. Like even he's literally waiting to go in Vince's office, and he's just laughing and making noises and weird and very Jim Carrey. Like I don't know. It's all over the place, but it's working. He's getting a reaction. It's working for him. That being said, Kimmy, I'll throw it to you first. We know that he's going to find out who his WrestleMania opponent is going to be once he's standing in that ring. Are we going instantly to Cody, or are you going elsewhere? And is your guy going to win, Kimmy?
If it's not Cody, I'm gonna have a whole mental breakdown at AT&T Stadium. I've heard Goldberg. I've heard Shane McMahon. I've heard Elias. I've heard Will Smith. I've heard it all.
Nice.
Let's. We're not going there. By the way, we're not getting into that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, Veer. Oh, dude, I'm telling you, someone mentioned Veer, and I was like, you know what? I wouldn't hate it.
My dad kept on saying it was Omos, and I said, I swear to God, you need to stop talking because it will be Omos if you keep on saying it. So be quiet.
You said,
go
Father,
over.
I respect your opinion, and I respectfully disagree.
He's trying to make it happen.
I respectfully disagree with your horrible opinion.
Shout out to
No,
Mr. So
Mr.
Cool.
So-
No, did I
Shout
tell you
out.
what happened this morning? Hold on, before we get to Rollins. You know what he did this morning? He calls
was
me
awesome.
at 8. He calls me at 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah, you
Guess
did.
what, Kimmy?
And you
Our
answered.
flight got canceled for Dallas.
Yeah, it
I was
did.
like, "Are you out of your mind?"
You
And he
walk
goes,
in there.
"I'm joking." And I screamed at the top of my lungs. I said, "I swear to God, if you do that again, I am not going with you to
Nice.
Dallas, and I'm
You
going
drive
myself.
in there, girl.
I will drive the 21
Dad.
Well
hours
played.
Oh, Dad.
No dads.
Well
Anyway.
played.
to the better Seth Rollins."
No. Highly disagree.
What'd Seth Joyner say? For all our 1980s
boy.
football fans.
Lot
Yeah, I
of
don't
They're
know who that
both
is.
tied for first.
Codys. A lot of Codys in the chat.
It will be Cody. I mean, come on. I've known this for what, 2 months? Like, let's be real, guys. I've had it confirmed. But it's gonna be Cody. And then Seth Rollins is gonna lose in 10 minutes. We're gonna see Cody's 25-minute entrance with his whole, "Oh my God, I'm the American Nightmare." And then Seth is gonna be like, "Oh my God, it's Cody Rhodes." Poof. And then he's gonna lose, and I'm gonna be sad. And then Cody's gonna wrestle the winner of Reigns and Brock at WrestleMania Backlash.
Interesting. Lead official Pat Savino in the chat saying it shouldn't be Cody. A lot of people picking Cody, and just everyone talking about Cody. We have been for months. I feel like if there was an opportunity for us to take the bait, as we often do, let's be real, I love being misdirected. I love a surprise, a genuine surprise, and us all thinking, Seth's in the ring, we're waiting. We're waiting for that music. Everyone in the chat saying, what music? I think we have an idea of what music it would be. Stardust. No.
Adrenaline in my soul.
Yeah.
That one. That one.
Worth it. I love that song. And it not being Cody, and then Cody coming out the next, because Cody needs to cut a promo, whatever it's gonna be. It needs to be very promo.
No, he
heavy.
doesn't.
I want to hear that. I'm here for that promo.
You'll
whatever
hear
it's
it
gonna
Monday
be.
night as it
That-
opens Monday Night Raw. He will
So-
not be cutting a promo. It will be a 15-minute match.
You took the words out of my mouth in terms of the promo being on Raw. Yes. And people in the chat saying he's going to run in during Roman versus Brock. Interesting.
Yes, because the
Interesting.
rumor is the winner of that match of Cody and Rollins is the number 1 contender.
Okay, all right. A lot of stuff we're seeing on the internet here. But it's a classic scenario where they can gotcha, and I think we're all going Cody. It's very WWE to
Do
throw
this.
some, to throw
To make
some,
it go
Just swerve, pal.
It's a
It's
swerve,
like,
I don't
bro.
wanna
it's good
see-
shit. No.
I wasn't saying that. I wasn't saying, but it is.
It's a
It is.
swerve, bro.
I was trying to put that as delicately as I could, and you guys just kind of
worst.
put made a gesture. But
You know what they need to. You know what they need to do. Here's what I'll get it. I'll do a little of this. Hold on. So what they need to do is like what they did with the New Day and the Hardys. Remember, because it was like, oh, is the Hardys going to come out of Mania?
Oh, that was
and
so
New Day is
good.
like, hey, you know what? We got a team right here. Oh shit, here comes the Hardys, and like everyone's like that. So I literally could see it being like Shane McMahon coming out. It's like, here comes the money, and everyone's like, ah, and then he's just like, no, you know what? I called in a friend of mine, blah
the
blah.
misdirect, right?
And then it's the 60-minute cinematic of Cody putting on the suit and getting out of a car, Brandy descending from the heavens with angels' wings with their baby in hand, Pharaoh walking out. He comes off riding in by 17 angels leading him to the ring, you know. And then he puts together the throne. He destroyed, and AEW destroys a Jaguar with a nameplate that says Tony on it. And then he says, I'm with the right con now. This is my Wrath of Con. Pay me. Ah!
How's the
I
song
took
go
my
again,
friend to
Bill?
come
I forget
here.
how the song goes.
It's like, adrenaline, fuck Tony Khan. Yeah, that's what he's like, you know, that's what he's going to do. And then he's going to cut, like, on Monday, he'll cut that very obtuse, like, references to everything going on and saying, oh, I'm going to bring my friend Max here. Or, oh, Tony Khan's a dick. You know, and then he'll have his backlash match and then get ready to be buried for 12 years. Because that's what they do, man. So, yeah, Cody.
Son of a plumber daddy.
Also, this build is just like, everyone's like, it's brilliant. It blows. And let me tell you why it blows. Because I saw it with Braun Strowman, where he got that fucking kid to be his tag team partner, which is the dumbest shit I've ever seen
Nicholas
in wrestling.
1-0.
Rob, I know you're like,
Streak
oh,
lives.
Nicholas is 1-0. Ah. No, it sucks. It's awful.
Dude,
it's
I'm right
awful.
there with you. I absolutely hate it.
It's the worst thing. It's there's so many things I could think of worse. It's like Katie Vick and Nicholas. There you go. There's the abominations on my soul for pro wrestling.
Damn. You
Two,
put Kate-
John Cena
wow.
did this.
Mae Young number 3.
Yeah.
I'll even, Mae Young number 3 for sure. But then they paid it off where that kid came back. He's like, hey, Dad. And then I'm like, all right, that's a
Oh,
good
that
show.
was pretty good.
But then he did this with John Cena, where it's like, how is John Cena going to get on WrestleMania? And everyone's like, oh, heavens to Betsy. He's John Cena. He's going to be on WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Then Undertaker trucks him in 2 minutes because Undertaker's like, remember that match I had with Roman Reigns? That sucked. Let me beat the shit out of Cena. And this is the same thing. It's just like, Seth Rollins going to be on WrestleMania? Oh, no. Is he going to be in the battle? Oh, no.
You're not funny.
Seth Rollins. He's going to be in the... Not you, Kimmy. I'm just
Gotta
like, this
just like
angle.
him.
It's like, how am I going to get there? Oh, no. Can I recycle the angle? You did. It sucks. We know he's going to get it. And then instead of paying it off where he just hijacks the show, which would have been like, Seth Rollins isn't going to be on WrestleMania. And he comes out, he's like, I'm taking over the show. And then Cody Rhodes comes out. Instead, it's like, Vince McMahon's like, oh, pal. You know, because he doesn't know how to use a microphone, because that generational Pat McAfee interview was so good. You know, he didn't know how to use a microphone. He was like talking like this. How you doing? I'm Vince McMahon. Yeah, it was awesome. I'll get to that bullshit with the Pat McAfee match too. Now I'm back. I'm just saying the feud this build could have been so good, but it was just a friggin' rehash of something we saw a few years ago, because they don't give a shit about anyone's memory. Oh, you forgot. They don't think anyone remembers anything. And I've seen this, and I'm just like, okay, I've seen this before. It's the same boring shit. Congratulations, Cody Rhodes coming out will be cool. Then he'll bury AEW, he'll have a match, and then he'll be buried for 6 months. So to me, this is all futile.
Interesting.
Oh, and Cody Rhodes kicks his ass. So.
I was going to say, so it is going to be Cody, and Cody wins from you, Bill. Bill going for the
He'll do a whole
soundbite.
bunch of. He'll try and do a pedigree.
on the,
But
on the
we did an
throne.
AEW. He's going to do the Tiger Drive. It's fucking whatever.
that
Seth
would-
Rollins, it deserves to be a really good match.
Yeah,
It
It's
really
I was just going to
does.
say
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
should be a great match. Not a good match, a great match.
Yeah.
But he's going to have him truck him like The Undertaker that did to Cena. So, which is a shame.
So
And I'm sorry, Kimmy, in advance. I am sorry if you have to watch that.
Thank you.
perfect.
I will have to.
Perfect segue here, Bill. And a lot of people kind of chiming in on the chat saying this, man. I thought I was thinking a little bit outside the box. Again, I hate doing the fantasy booking thing. But again, I feel like this is a classic. You want something, we're building to it. Like we've seen in other
We're not gonna
promotions,
give it
and they hit it right on the head. And this is not disrespectful. This is just like, I feel like this is the gotcha moment, like you guys were saying earlier. What if we hear a gong? What if we hear a gong when he's sitting?
Oh.
No.
Yeah, and
Stop
if
it.
you guys say he's retired, like we all know what
Stop
that
it.
word means in this. With all due respect, of course, congratulations, first of all, Undertaker, for being in the Hall of Fame. I hope that whole ceremony, for the most part, is. I hope he's given his due time for sure, and that's really exciting to see.
Yeah,
And
his
Vince-
10-minute speech because WWE's going to cut off all the Hall of Fame speeches again.
Oh,
yeah.
no, don't say that. Don't say that.
They did
It
it
should be
last
the only.
year.
It should be just him for the show.
I think in any case, whoever it is, I think it's not going to be Cody. And that match would be really good, and I kind of hope it is Cody. But I think Cody's place is on the following Raw. In the chat, they're saying Cody will get a better reaction from the after WrestleMania Raw crowd. Depends where it is on the card. You know, you get burned out at these events, like as we know, man, for sure. So you got to kind of read the room, read the crowd.
Hardy's was in the middle of the show,
It's perfect.
and
Chef's
if you
kiss.
do that in the same place, you'll be fine.
Look,
And
anytime
remember,
we go to
we're
Matt's
not gonna
house,
get
someone
burned out at
returns.
these WrestleManias though, because remember, this is a 6-match WrestleMania, not a 15-match WrestleMania.
This is
So
true.
it's not like
Split
it's not
up,
like
so.
the ones we saw in MetLife where you're like, holy crap, we've been here since 5. It's now 11, and we got the main event.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's it.
We
Matt,
had to maintain a level of hype for 12 hours. That was not easy to do.
it was a
we
long
got
day.
we got through though. I was
and,
proud
and
of
we
us.
had brisket. Matt,
Yeah,
your
we had
thoughts?
the brisket.
Your thoughts on who is facing
thoughts?
Seth Rollins?
You know what? If it's not Cody, they're gonna have to do some splaining.
Yeah.
And
Oh, no.
yeah, and that means like a 40-minute talk segment. So I don't want that. Yeah, if it's it's gonna be Cody. Cody goes over, and you know what? I think Seth is gonna be so surprised that it's Cody. It is a short one. He goes in, he rushes, gets a couple moves in, then it's quick comeback, disaster kick, crossroads,
Cody Cutter.
and the Cody Cutter.
Nunes, did we get?
I mean,
maybe
I'm-
they'll give him Shattered Dreams. That would be nice. Little.
That would be
that'd be
pretty
cool.
cool. I mean, I'm gonna go with the house. I've been thinking this was Cody, for a while, so I'm gonna go with Cody, and Cody goes over. But the promo the night after Raw should be very good if it is Cody.
Kimmy, do you have any hope that Seth Rollins will win this match?
1%. We've
So
had
she's like
this
EC3.
conversation.
No, it's
I know.
2%. Never mind.
Bill
No,
was like,
let's
you
not
honestly-
let's not control the narrative on that. 'Cause I will.
That's fair.
My skeleton will jump out of my flesh in anger.
Speaking of which, what do you all think about Sami Zayn taking on Johnny Knoxville?
Fucking cares.
Celebrities. So I'm gonna go. Just because I see Sammy complaining about this loss forever and going nuts after
Yeah.
Johnny gets him after some crazy pin. We talk about the celebrities not losing. Since there are so many celebrities involved in some form or fashion on this card, I am gonna go with what Kimmy was saying earlier. You don't see the celebrities lose too much, and Sammy can afford this, and Sammy is just gonna milk this for all it's worth, and he's gonna come out the winner somehow.
Yeah, it's gonna be some jackass chicanery. The whole jackass crew is gonna come out at some point.
True.
It's no DQ or no DQ or
Oh
no.
yeah, so
There you
definitely
go, yeah.
we're gonna see Chris Pontius. We're gonna see Wee Man. So we're gonna see Dave
You
England.
see a
so
shopping cart.
yeah, we're gonna definitely see a shopping cart. But yeah, and this just for Sammy, it just piles onto the conspiracy that everybody's against them. So it's another way for, like Rob said, for Sammy to milk this. So we'll go with Mr. Knoxville.
Kimmy, I know you have some thoughts on this one.
Meaning that their DVD is coming out this week or next week. Johnny
Shameless
Knoxville will be gladly taking the win. And just saying, Insider Kimmy confirmed this match 2 months ago. You're welcome.
You're welcome. I think that's a great point. Just from a business perspective, get some eyes on the product. It makes sense for him to win there. Bill.
Well, so here's the thing: it's since it's no rules, this is gonna be like literally just play the whole Jackass, like that theme song during the whole match, because it's like New Jack and ECW, but it's just that because they're gonna be going throughout the. I think this is actually gonna be kind of half cinematic, because I think what they're gonna do is they'll be backstage, then Ted DiBiase will laugh, and there'll be all the legends will be there.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be that goofy chicanery. So I think
Giant hand.
Oh, giant! Oh, the giant hand. That'll be great.
That would be great.
And
Yeah.
This will be fun. This will be like harmless fun. I don't care about it, but like it'll be fun. The gifts will be good. So it'll be and Johnny Knoxville will go and again the conspiracy against Sami Zayn continues. He ain't going anywhere. He signed a new deal, so he'll be fine.
The gifts that keep on giving. Matt, your thoughts?
Yeah. I guess the crowd gets more out of Johnny winning. Johnny gets more out of Johnny winning. Sammy gets more out of Johnny winning. Yeah.
Yeah. Done. Well, that was the quickest one we ever did in the history of the show. Let's talk about.
Well, you did send that very detailed message to us this morning.
Don't.
Pulling back the curtain here. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the thing: the biggest baby faces on screen are always the biggest heels. I'm just letting you know.
That's true.
Just letting you know.
That's true. Pulling back the curtain here.
I don't know, Rob. You just look so vivacious today. I'm sorry.
I'm a bad man. All right. Let's go.
All
right. Speaking of all the celebrities and stuff, obviously he's involved with the company. He has a great relationship with the company. Apparently, they're giving him a lot of free range with what he does, or he says this anyway. Pat McAfee taking on Austin Theory. This is interesting. I have my thoughts on this one, but I've always said I hate how Pat McAfee is so good at everything. He's so good. I don't hate him. Yeah. I just hate that he's so good at everything. You have him in that match with Adam Cole at NXT. He's doing stuff like jumping to the top turnbuckle, backflip moonsault. Yeah. He's great on commentary. He gave Michael, and no disrespect to Michael Cole, he just added to Cole's career. They're great together. He added to the SmackDown brand. Vince loves him. Vince gave him this opportunity because he is money in everything that he does. His show's fantastic. It's great. His whole vibe, he just everything he does, everything he touches turns to gold. It's crazy. So Austin Theory, it makes sense for him to be the opponent since Vince is involved in some form or fashion. I don't think you can, and everyone's gonna pick Pat McAfee. I don't think you have Pat McAfee win here if we're building Austin Theory. Is he a chosen one, much like Drew McIntyre was? We saw how that played out, but in the long run, worked out very well for Drew. This is interesting. I don't want to base everything on past events, but I think Austin Theory has to win here. Nooner, are you going with Pat McAfee?
No. I think, like you said, every time Pat McAfee is on screen, especially in wrestling, he always makes me laugh. Whether it's intentionally or unintentionally, he just always makes you laugh. He's always entertaining. I think he puts over Theory here. Pat McAfee doesn't need to win this. Yeah, he's there, to kind of bring up Austin Theory. As you said, he's the unofficial chosen one. I think Austin Theory goes over on this.
Yeah, a lot of stuff I watched and listened to earlier. Everyone's picking Pat McAfee. Matt, where are you going on this one?
No, I'm with you guys. I mean, does Austin Theory need to win this? Can he do what Sammy will do off the Johnny Knoxville loss and milk it? He can. It's much better if he does win. It works. And you can do it in the match. You can do it where, McAfee's, punting the shit out of him and Austin Theory gets his. McAfee's coming with the comeback. And by the skin of his teeth, Austin Theory cuts him off, and he wins. And now he's the man. And then he milks the victory. And do you know what? Everybody who wants to see McAfee win or was calling it that McAfee was going to win, now they're pissed at Austin Theory, and that's what they want, and that's where they're going to go. So yeah, this is win for Mr. Theory,
and they're going to get that up,
which is my hypothesis.
Oh Jesus Christ!
You good over there, Bill?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Hashtag dad instincts.
That is hypothesis and theory. That's so funny.
Yes, I did that.
Well, I got it.
Well played, sir. In the chat, just checking in, people were saying Cody from the last match. Welcome in Titan GM SP Anderson saying Seth versus Triple H in his last match. Ooh.
No,
big
that cannot physically happen.
I'm just the messenger, just reading the words.
No, not at this stage.
People also saying Braun Breaker I'm reading Bronson.
Bronson Rex.
Bronson Rex Steiner, whatever they're calling him now. That's pretty good. All right, but go ahead.
No, that's his name. That's his birth
yeah,
certificate.
That's his real name. Oh, it's his real name. Okay, I thought we were being clever, but very interesting. But back to this one, where are we? Kimmy, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I thought Sophie was joining us for a hot second. I was gonna say hi, but she ran away. Anyway.
She's chilling.
Okay. So, where's I going with this? Right. So Austin Theory is going to lose because Vince McMahon's going to have a whole hissy fit in the ring and be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe my chosen one lost again." Then Austin's going to attack Vince. Pat McAfee easy win in like 2 minutes.
Wow, 2 minutes. Wow,
I like
squash
that.
match.
Bill, you like it?
No, I hate everything about this match. I like Kimmy's. It makes like it's just like it was Vince McMahon grumbling on it. He's like, "Hey, pal, you want to have a match? Oh, you want to have a match on WrestleMania?" And Pat McAfee being like, "Yeah, I want a match." And you're like, that was the whole interview. It was just Vince McMahon forgetting after doing this for like 50 years how to use a mic, and Pat just screaming. It was transcendent, as some certain journalists who I think are absolute douchebags actually said, and just shills for WWE. So anyway, besides my points on certain people, is this match makes no sense. I don't understand why this is happening. Stop. So it's just like, it's literally just like, hey, it's Austin Theory and Pat McAfee. Why? Because we're making it happen. Okay. I don't give a shit about this match. I don't think anyone should care about this match because there's no reason to. Pat McAfee's a really good announcer, but as they have done with him, like, throw him in a match. Why? Why throw him in a match? And they kind of always try like, okay, we put Pat in this match. Okay, we have to figure out how to make it work now. It was a ready, fire, aim situation for WWE, like everything they do. And so, and it's also a condemnation of the WWE roster that they didn't have someone else to do what they want to do with Pat McAfee. That I would start with Austin Theory and have Pat McAfee put him over. Like, you don't have a wrestler that can do that? Of course you do, but you didn't build anyone up. So use the punter who's got a good Twitter following and people listen to him on whatever, was it DraftKings or whatever? Jesus.
FanDuel.
Same thing.
YouTube.
Something that clogs my Twitter feed all the time for me to become a gambling addict. It's just like, it just doesn't make sense. And it's such a and Austin Theory, they have been high on Austin Theory since he was 19 and Evolve. Yeah. And you know what? You know who he is? And this is why I don't like him. He's fucking Randy Orton 2.0. That's who he is.
Here we go.
He's Randy Orton. He can do a flip. Congratulations. And I don't even think he's as talented as Randy.
It all comes back to
he's not even as talented as Randy. Put that thing away before I shove it down your throat. And it's just like, this match is such a waste. Yeah. There are matches not happening on this show that are happening the night before or 2 nights before that could have been here instead. This is just, we have to realize, and here's a rant for you. WrestleMania is not for wrestling fans anymore. It's for the normals. It's for, as they say in Ghostbusters, you're scaring the straights. And this is who it's for now. Logan Paul. Okay, I'm doing something. Logan Paul, all these other celebrities are there just to get people like who aren't wrestling fans to be like, ooh, look at that. They have wrestling because they know us dweebs are going to watch. And they don't care because you're going to watch anyway. Yeah. They don't care if they so put Pat McAfee on so we can get his FanDuel fans, his bros, to come watch the show that what they normally wouldn't, and Logan Paul and all these other people. It's not about us anymore, guys. And I think that's just a sad reality to have. WWE is not wrestling anymore. It's content creation. They've even said that. So they don't give a shit about stuff making sense. They don't give a shit about wrestling fans. Sure, there's some good wrestling on there because they have to do it, because they have to feed the troll something. And then that's what they consider us. They consider us just like, whatever, you're here anyway. They don't care. So that's why they're going to throw this match on. It makes no goddamn sense. I honestly don't care who wins. I think Austin Theory wins. Great. You have shitty facial hair. So Austin Theory. Wow.
All right. So Bill, since you're a little heated over this one, well, let's get the RK Bro stuff out of the way, and then we'll come back on a very.
I'm actually happier to talk about RK Bro than I am talk about.
Wow,
that's very
wow.
Very interesting.
Rare form.
All right. In the chat, real quick. So 2-parter. I'll get your guys' picks, but also as we go around, does the panel think Braun Breaker plays a role at WrestleMania? Could happen. I'm going to say no. But RK Bro defending the Raw Tag Team titles, correct me if I'm wrong, versus the Street Profits versus Alpha Academy. Mr. Wittes, where are you going on this one?
Ooh, you know what?
Who's thinking?
If my heart is telling me I want Alpha Academy, I'd love to see that. But if they do go with Bianca, and they go they're gonna create the triad there in
Triple threat.
well, there you go. Yeah, just and hit them, 3 times the gold, baby. That could be it.
So Street Profits.
I am. It's it is. I'm gonna go Street Profits.
Wow,
I am.
that's interesting. I love
It's
this.
it's conditional, but I'm gonna go with it because I think that one condition's getting met.
Interesting.
Ooh,
Going very
okay.
interesting round on that. We love the Street
Edging my
Profits.
bets.
Yeah, Red Solo Cup's up.
Yeah, dude. What do you think about this one? What do you
I would love the Street Profits. I'm glad that Chad Gable and Otis are getting like a big moment, a big stage at WrestleMania. It's cool to see them, in a title match. I think this is gonna be a solid match, but I'm gonna ride that RK Bro wave. Randy, I'm gonna keep riding that wave. We're gonna go with RK Bro.
Is anyone gonna go the route where they lose the titles here, and then this is where Randy finally hits? I mean, he's done it already.
I was
but
about to say he's done it already.
he's gonna hit him with RK just for the reaction, the WrestleMania moment, or is that gonna be like the next day kind of thing? Again, I hate like that. I'm trained to think this way. That being said. Wow, I didn't think I was going to go this way. I think Alpha Academy's going to get... No, wait, no, they had it. They had the titles. They did have the
Yes,
titles.
they just lost 2 weeks ago.
Yes, they did have the titles. So I was like, oh, they've been doing some interesting stuff. Oh, this is a tough one. I got to think. Bill, help me out.
So RK Bro is going to break up after this. It's because they've actually found something for me not to just want to throw a brick through my TV anytime Randy Orton's on television. And I don't like Matt Riddle anymore either for reasons. But they've been fun together. Randy Orton rocking his, no offense, Matt, his like retired cop mustache. And so it's just like, so it's just like, they've at least been interesting. We know Randy Orton at least likes to smoke weed. So, I mean, like, yay, you get a point from me. But they've hit that mark in WWE where we didn't see with Team Hell No and Alexa and Nikki. I think they do break up and you're going to feud. So I think I'm going to go with the Street Profits because I really think they're going to turn them heel. And I would love to see that just killer triumvirate of Bianca and the Street Profits. Because Street Profits are a little stale right now. They've been the Solo Cup baby faces for a little too long. So like just to freshen them up a little bit, give them a little bit more of an edge. I think that we're going to see that. And I'm here for that. But yeah, so I'm going with Street Profits.
I'm gonna miss that theme song if they turn him heel, though.
That's good theme song.
You can keep it.
But when it comes back,
Yeah, well, we'll see.
They're so great, and it's interesting to me because like I'm thinking it's one of those things, and I'm usually wrong on this. I was wrong about the Usos. I was wrong about Britt Baker. I'll be the first to admit that. But like this is another team where I'm just like, you're gonna turn this team heel, like, and if anyone could do it, it's Montez Ford. That man can do anything.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites.
So that would be very interesting to see. Like on paper, I'm just like, no, like this, it doesn't make sense to do something like that. Man, I am very confused. Kimmy, you didn't go on this one, did you? I have no idea where to go. Help me out, please. The good assistant.
I had the Street Profits for the same exact reason that Matt said. And I was like, wow, I'm not as stupid as I thought. So thanks, Matt, for making me feel so much more confident in my pick.
hey man,
I'm just gonna go. This is a tough one for me. Shoosh. Can we just talk about how that's from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the movie?
sure.
The guy. I'm old. All right. That being said, I'm gonna go Alpha Academy on this one. I'm gonna go the complete opposite direction because just the back.
It was
and forth.
Encino Man.
Yeah, it was Encino Man. That's what it was. Look at you, Matt. Thank you, my man. I'm gonna go Alpha Academy just because like all the quick switcheroonies they did to kind of build to WrestleMania.
And they have a Snickers commercial.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Hey, if,
That Snickers
satisfied,
commercial is very funny.
Snickers
I
call
love
us.
it.
Yeah, Alpha Academy. I think obviously we're gonna just RK Bro. Orton's had a lot of fun. We know this. It's been very interesting. It's been very successful, and I think they're just gonna go a different direction, and we'll have that RKO moment maybe on Raw, maybe at WrestleMania. I'm gonna go Alpha Academy on this. And if you guys are going Street Profits to turn heel, because that's been a lot of talk of the town lately, maybe this gives them some fuel to, hey, we did everything the right way kind of a thing, and now we're going to go this direction. So that should be very interesting. Let's get excited here. Let's talk about what could possibly be the match of the night. Edge versus
The match I'm looking forward to the most on this card.
the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. I need that little video of Mike doing the Styles thing. Vac, we miss you. Man, my only thing is, it's one of those things like where it's like it always has to be a face versus a heel. Like I feel like the business has evolved. It doesn't always have to be that clear cut, but we have people who are very successful that are set in their ways, and there was a lot of role reversal in this one. Again, to me, it needs to be organic. Tell me a story. Don't flip a switch. I've always been very critical of that. So the role reversals are interesting, but again, they gotta want to give everything they got, and there has to be a story. And I understand that. Just the very quick role reversals, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. That being said, both of these men are great as heels and faces, no question. Just tell me a good story. That being said, the wrestling is going to speak for itself. Like we always say here on the show, the real winners, the fans. Guys in the chat, let us know who you got in this one. AJ Styles taking on Edge. Goodest brother, you are most excited for this one. How you feeling?
Oh, I think, like you said, both of them are good, very good as heel and face. I think Edge is a lot better as a heel, and I'm glad we're getting heel Edge versus face AJ Styles. I'm very excited for that. The match itself is going to be incredible. I'm going to go with Styles on this one. Edge doesn't need the win. I feel like this comeback has been amazing. This comeback has been great. It's great to see Edge perform on a high level. Always, they put him in a big match scenario in almost every pay-per-view that he's been in. I feel like this match is going to be talked about for a while, and I think Styles is going to win.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like neither of these guys need to be put over. Neither of these guys need the win. I could see this being a thing where it goes on to multiple matches or something like this.
Yeah, definitely.
Or the winner of this becoming a number one contender for what's going to be the unified thing. Although we've seen a lot of those matches already. That's another story. Again, this is a tricky one for me. I think it's just going to be an awesome match. Kimmy, help me out here.
So, like I originally said, the number one contender is Rollins and Cody. This has been reported by multiple sources. This is not this match. Second of all, AJ would technically need this win because he has been Omos's bitch for the past year. And basically, AJ has done absolutely nothing and has lost, and he got squashed by Omos. So that's number two. Number three, Edge will win this match just because he just appears when he wants to. He'll do his little, oh my God, big match, hooray. So Edge will win, and then AJ will go off into the abyss and job out to more people. Yeah, into the abyss. Maybe they'll bring him back. I love the Abyss AJ partnership. That was great. They did it for one SmackDown. Best thing ever. But Edge will win. Whoopie-doo. This will only be one match because Edge is going to leave after this. Like he always does. He doesn't stick around.
So you don't think it's going to be a good match?
I think it's going to be good, but Edge is going to leave again. So who cares?
Kimmy, I just want to point out, you sound like you're over it. You are going to Dallas. I'm excited. I'm living vicariously through you. Are you pumped?
You sound like us when we talked about Brock a couple years ago.
Yeah.
No, but this is when has Edge stuck around for more than 2 months since he's come back?
I mean,
exactly.
It's not wrong.
You bring up some great points.
But even still,
He leaves.
I'm excited for this match.
I
So
think,
how am I supposed to invest in something when Edge is going to leave and then AJ's not going to win?
Yeah, I see Kimmy's point. It's just like when
I see
you're
your
there
point, but
if he's there 4 times a year,
Go ahead, Bill,
This is
please.
the Rollins effect. Everything Rollins has done in 2021 where he lost all his matches, that's what AJ is going to become, and he signed this huge-ass contract till 2027? Okay, Alan. Smart decision, buddy.
Uncle
Way
Alan.
to go.
he's getting that money.
He secured the bag, as the kids would say.
Exactly.
Oh my God, I'm so proud of you.
Listen, before it's just ridiculous. I see Kimmy's point because Edge is doing acting. He is acting here. This is Edge. I'm Edge. I'm acting. It's every promo. I want something different. And now he's Aleister Black, which is weird. But he's he's Aleister Black, and he's just I am acting. Oh, promos. And you're like, fiber will help get rid of some of that constipation you have.
Nice.
But Kimmy's not wrong. Kimmy's right here. I was gonna say she's not wrong, but she's right. It's hard to invest in Edge because he's the 4-time a year guy, or 5-time a year if you count the Saudi show. It's just like, I've got my big match for this, and bye. Oh, is it time for SummerSlam? Hey, I'm back. And you're like, and he's lost a lot. So it's like, and I get there are restrictions with Edge that you have to put into play, but when you have someone who is a part-time guy coming in and coming out, it's hard to get into Edge because it's just like it's the law of diminishing returns, and Edge is lost and lost and lost and lost and lost. So it's like, okay, what's the point of Edge? Is Edge special anymore? And Edge cuts the same promo now all the time. Like I said, the A for acting, people, acting. Look at it, eyes, acting. And you're just like, all right, we fucking get it. You're intense. But I think this will be a good match, and I hope that Edge does win and stick around to do something, because now it's a new Edge. It's not just, you think you know me, Metalingus, same guy. He's different. Let's see the difference here. Let's see the different Edge. Let's see the darker Edge. If you're going to go, commit to it. Can't be half pregnant. You're all pregnant. Do it. As a father, I know this. You can't be half pregnant. So it's like, so you have to do something. I don't think it matters for AJ isn't going to get anything out of winning this, but I think with Edge, re-solidify Edge as a top guy. You can build back AJ anytime you want, but to have Edge finally win again, and I throw the tag team match out because that was just a gimmicky tag team match. As a singles competitor, Edge needs it to be a legitimate threat to someone. Like Edge and Cody would be a good match, and have them go in it. That's a good program. Okay, now Edge does this, him and he's doing this whole I'm the standard bearer for WWE. Cody comes back. That's a natural story right there. So having Edge come off a big win and have him on a collision course with Cody, not going to happen, of course, but it would be great. And I'd rather have a strong Edge than AJ Styles winning something, not really going anywhere, where you can build up AJ in a day of the week.
Well, remember too, Edge's last singles matches, and he beat Seth Rollins at Hell in a Cell in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah,
I don't care.
It's interesting, but you guys bring up really great points, Kimmy and Bill. Edge has, he's had some losses, but him returning, like him winning the Royal Rumble, like he's had some major wins. He's won a lot more than I thought he would for a guy who I thought was going to come and just put a lot of guys over. Yeah. So for that reason, it's like, where do you go from here? Kimmy kind of selling me that idea that he's going to be out, for a little bit till SummerSlam, and glad he's able to wrestle again. For like, that is not lost on me by any means. That being said, I will go with the phenomenal one, AJ Styles here. I don't think either of these guys need it, but let's go AJ Styles on this one. Just reading the chat here, we can't really go into this. Clinton, welcome in. Please share the stream. Let us know your thoughts on the pay-per-view. We have so much to cover here. I would love to share our thoughts on the ROH pay-per-view. It looks great. I love the mix of AEW talent. Excited what they're going to do that. We'll save that for another show. But guys, we would love to hear your thoughts on that moving forward. But let's keep the predictions going. Let's talk about
my prediction is Edge.
Oh, I'm Matt. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, stop skipping Matt.
I'm
He's
going
gonna
down the checklist.
feed you.
He's going to feed me brisket. It's the best brisket in the world.
Rob, do you want me to host instead? I won't skip you.
I'm the spare tire. I'm the fifth wheel.
No, that's the story of my life. Stop. Don't. That's a whole. That's my gimmick. First of all, yes. Matt, why you got? Why you got?
Tracy's the engine.
Why do I got? Because
why do you got Edge?
Whether this walking out with the head of the table or Happy Cowboy Brock, and mind you, AJ getting some of his mojo back and having a feud with either one would be great. AJ versus Brock at the Survivor Series a few years ago was one of my favorite matches of all time. But, how long do we have Edge? Angry, dangerous, thespian, heel Edge. He's going to work great with either one of those if they by as early as SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And it's just AJ takes care of himself. He's gonna be doing what he does close to 50. They got all the time in the world to get more out of him. Edge, he's on less than borrowed time. He's on repossessed time. So
yeah.
Wait.
Great point.
We're getting a Repo Man a cameo?
Oh gosh. All right.
I already mentioned Mojo.
Oh gosh. All right. Let's talk about the Usos defending the SmackDown Tag Team titles against Shinsuke Nakamura and Boogs. This is going to be a lot of fun. I mean, I'm a fan of all these guys. Just keep it short and sweet. It's going to be a solid match. It's going to be fun. I love what Boogs does. Always a fan of the live musical performances as a musician. So cool to see. Solid guitar player. I liked him in NXT, the stuff he was doing there. To see him with Shin, it works. It makes a lot of sense. You get that little pop from McAfee, a little signature move there. But there's no reason for the Usos to lose the titles here, right?
No, yeah. I mean, it's going to be really cool to see the 100 and some odd thousand people going along with Shinsuke's theme song and Boogs with the
that's
guitar.
the win right there.
Yeah, with
not
the
even
guitar,
sold
yeah.
out, buddy. There will be 50,000 people there per night.
Okay, well, anyway.
Buy one, get one free, guys. It's like you gotta get a super coupe. We're good to go.
We'll go with the Usos. Like Rob said, it doesn't make any sense for them to lose it now. So, especially what's going to happen later on in the night. But yeah, the Usos win.
All right, Andy Smark.
Oh yeah, it's the Usos, and who knows what this means for Shinsuke and Boogs. I don't see them doing the angry, like, you caused the loss breakup with those two, because it's more like they're not so much partners as Boogs is kind of the sidekick still.
Yeah.
And probably will be for a little bit longer. Just a shout out to the man himself. If you have a couple extra minutes, go on YouTube. Eric Bugenhagen is his channel under his shoot name. That is Garage Gym Goals. You will need you watch like
ridiculous.
8 minutes of what he does there, which is probably like 3 of his videos. You need ibuprofen after that.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Interesting.
Hey, it pays off for him. Looking real jack, baby.
Oh yeah, that 1960s Soviet era singlet he's got.
I could top you. He's Ted Arcidi. He's a Ted Arcidi LJN figure. That's who he is. Go Google it, kids. It's the same person.
Wow.
In all fairness, the LJN figure had the exact amount of movement that Ted Arcidi had. So,
hey, you guys know where you can get those LJN figures?
Funkenstein
Superstore in this town, New Jersey. Kimmy, I see you got the notebook. What are your thoughts on this one?
Oh, I had all my things very organized, like I always do. Rob still doesn't know how to use a notebook. He'll use his Post-it notes.
Oh, that was vicious.
Are they printed? Are they printed notes, or is
he
it
wrote them
handwritten?
down.
Did he laminate them?
Yeah, he doesn't need to. He doesn't need to type them on the computer. He wrote them down.
Thank you, Nunes.
I'm a
some
professional.
on the back of his hand.
I'm a professional unless you ask my sports communication teacher, who says that I don't practice journalistic teaching.
Jesus Christ, here we go.
Pulling back the curtain tonight. Oh, God.
Bill's the best, though. Bill's going to take his job, and I'm going to live my best life. Please?
I don't need that stress in my life.
But I'm picking the Usos.
Yeah.
Short and sweet?
Sure.
All right. Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, the Usos are going to win. I mean, there's no reason for them to lose. It's not to Boogs and Nakamura. That would be like, unless they do, they shock the world. And you're like, okay, great. They'll lose them tomorrow and they'll lose them on Friday on SmackDown, you know. But yeah, it's going to be the Usos.
Yeah, short and sweet. Kimmy's sunglasses getting a pop in the chat from Stacy. All right, welcome in, Stacy. Let us know who you got. Let's talk about
Was that
Kofi
my second
Kingston.
mom?
What's that?
That's my second mom. That's my neighbor.
Oh, welcome. All right, that's awesome. Miguel picking Boogs and Nakamura in this one. Very interesting.
Oh, okay.
Another tag match. I know there's going to be some conversation here. Kingston and Woods.
The
of
New Day.
Eddie Kingston? Eddie Kingston's in WWE?
I set you up for that one. What a promo that would be. Oh, man. And Sheamus and Ridge Holland. Or is it just Ridge?
No, it's Rich Holland.
It's Rich Holland. They didn't cut that off yet. Don't
And,
worry.
And just Butch.
I was waiting for it.
Butch.
Butchamania, running wild, brother.
Stop. Why?
Butchamania.
That's not a
He
thing.
Butch.
Bill, you
No,
haven't
it's
watched
not.
it.
I'm sorry.
Let's not make that a thing.
It ain't this.
Are we doing it?
T-Bar Mania. Where is it? T-Bar Mania.
T-Bar Mania.
That's who Seth is
Kimmy
fighting.
did it too.
He's fighting Seth.
T-Bar.
By the way, that match
Yes,
would be
that's who's
amazing
fighting
if they
Seth.
went
That would be
T-Bar
Jeez,
Mania,
phenomenal.
running wild, bro.
I
It's
hate all of
happening.
you.
T-Bar.
I hate all of you.
Seth's
Let me
Yo,
tell you something,
I
bro.
love you too.
T-Bar Mania running wild everywhere.
T-Bar Mania,
I hate
brother.
all of you.
What, I
You're
thought
all
this match
horrible.
this match isn't on SmackDown?
No, it is on WrestleMania
Yeah,
Saturday.
It is on
I believe.
WrestleMania.
Is I hit my head against the wall? Sorry. It's a handicap match, right?
No, it's a regular tag. Butch is accompanying them to ringside. Butch wasn't good enough to get a WrestleMania spot, like in ring.
He's very
Best
good.
wrestler.
Get a WrestleMania check though.
Yeah,
He'll get his check.
that's true.
Matt, help me out with this.
I don't think you can.
That's about it.
Not
That
really.
sounds about right.
Thank you. Good night,
I
everybody.
mean,
That sounded
Me.
like New Day to me.
For it, it would be look like Charlie from Always Sunny with this red string and the
Yeah.
bulletin board of why. But I'm going with Sheamus and Ridge on this one. I think they're high on this. They want to make it happen. They keep bringing in people for this faction, and it might be considered a little bit in poor taste. I don't think that's why they're. I think that's why they're not saying it outright. But with Big E, who looks like he's recovering well, and all the
Yeah,
best
shout
to
out to
Yeah,
him.
well, Big E.
Yeah, get
know,
well, man.
There is that connection there. Let's have everybody hate these guys, and the more that the better they do against the people we love, the more we hate them.
Copy and paste. Nooner.
Take a drink.
Take a drink.
Nice. Yeah, I hate to agree with Matt. I want the New Day to win, but the New
Thank
Day
you.
don't need this win. If you're gonna bring in Pete Dunne and establish him as a new character and build this new stable, it makes all the sense in the world for Sheamus and Ridge Holland to win. So begrudgingly, I'm gonna pick them.
He'll always be Pete Dunne to me. Bill.
The Bruiserweight.
Bill's so mad.
He just looks disappointed.
He's not mad.
I'm not
mad.
just
Not
disappointed.
in this whole thing. It's like, here's the thing. It's like Pete Dunne literally, like, let's just talk about the Butch in the Room for a second. He literally was on NXT television, which WWE promotes,
Yeah.
a few weeks ago as Pete Dunne, and now he's Butch. And I get you're trying to make this Peaky Blinders thing, but they did that better with British Strong Style years ago. And you have those three guys, but you're not doing it with them. Instead, you've got Ridge Holland, who still isn't ready to wrestle. He's just jacked to the gills. And I think the New Day wins because I think we're going to feel a good moment. And I don't know if Big E shows up. I could see him walking out.
Ooh,
And if Big E
that
walks out, there's no
yeah.
chance.
Yeah, I
in
changed my
hell.
pick. Never mind. Big E showing up. New Day
Forget
wins.
about walking out when he hits that mic.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, WrestleMania!
That's exactly what's going to happen. Big E's going to come out with them, and they're going to win because I know they're going to try. They should try and build this faction. Listen, this was a freak accident. Things like this happen.
It's very
But
unfortunate.
I'd also do the right thing. Just put them over. You move away from it. You could pull the plug on this faction for a couple weeks, plug it back in. You'll be fine. And it's just like it still sucks, but plug it back in. Sheamus and Pete Dunne, by the way, would be a great tag team.
Yes, they would.
But making Pete Dunne wear his little cap where he looks like he's got 17 socks stuffed in the front of it looks dumb. And so I mean those two guys would be great together. I mean they're trying to put a hat on a hat with this. So I think it's the New Day because Big E's going to come out.
Yeah, I changed my pick. Then never mind.
You're one.
It's New Day.
I'll go Big E does the announcement, gets the pop during the entrances, but the victors are going to be Sheamus, Butch, and Rich.
And that's a very WWE way of doing
Right.
things.
I'll go that direction. Kimmy, what are you thinking?
The League of Nations 2.0 is sadly going to lose.
Wow,
Nice.
that is
Nice.
something.
I mean, yeah, that's a valid point. Very interesting. Okay, I got everyone right. I think so.
That was a great pull. I'm sorry.
Thank
And that was
you.
a great Mania moment when they had Foley, HBK, and Austin come out and take them out.
That was solid.
Didn't help their careers, but
No.
I mean, like
I want to get your guys' thoughts on this one. When Ronda won the Rumble, which a lot of you guys picked here on the show, shameless promo, we thought maybe she'd pick Becky because of that last WrestleMania.
Please let me go first.
I will. Absolutely, Kimmy. In fact, Kimmy, take it over. We have Charlotte Flair, SmackDown Women's Champion. Just did some great interviews on wrestling. Check it out.
It was very good. I
Great
watched it.
interview
Yeah, it was very
with
good.
Jim Kerr, 1043. Shout out to my buddy Trevor who works over there.
She has a good taste in movies.
Yeah. Kimmy, go ahead. It's all yours.
Okay, so first of all, we need to establish that Fox was so upset that their ratings have sucked. So they were like, WWE, how can we increase our ratings for the biggest time of the year? I know. If Ronda Rousey's coming back, can we please have those ratings? I don't care that it makes too much sense for Ronda and Becky to wrestle each other, but I care about my ratings and my money. So please, for the love of God, unless I cancel our contract, you will bring Ronda to my programming and you will put Ronda on SmackDown. And then Vince was like, no, Nick Khan was like, oh man, guess we have no choice here. They're threatening to pull our TV show. I guess we have to put Ronda on SmackDown. And that is legitimately what happened. That's how media works. You're welcome, everybody, for that little lesson. Ronda Rousey will be winning because Ronda Rousey does not come back to lose in the main event, but not main event of WrestleMania. And Charlotte Flair is going to boo-hoo-hoo the fact that she is not in the main event of this freaking WrestleMania because I deserve it so much. I'm Charlotte Flair. Yeah, boo-hoo. You freaking had the first women's main event and your shoulders were on the freaking mat, sis. Get in the back of the line, put some new people in the front because, guys, did you know that the live event schedule just came out and they already announced some matches? And I'm very excited to who the new champion will be facing. And that's the T, sis. You're welcome. I'm better than my sports comm teacher, as always.
God damn it.
You just keep digging.
Man.
She's just like Shooter McGavin over here.
Yeah, what's going on?
I'm mad.
Is that class still going on? Because he does grade you.
He doesn't listen to this podcast.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't listen to this podcast.
Neither do most people. Hi,
He
Mom.
thinks me and Bill are like the worst editors ever, but at the end of the day, I have connections
All right,
and
we're
he
going.
doesn't.
Well, we'll talk about that off air. Nunes, help me
I
out.
don't care. I hope he sees this. I really hope he does.
Oh boy.
I'd like to apologize to everybody because for the last few years I've been saying, hey, you know who needs to come back or should come back? Ronda Rousey. And now we got it.
You.
And it's not been good. And so Matt, Kimmy, Chris, Rob, and all those listening, I apologize. I done fucked up, guys. I really did I did bad all by myself.
Does Ronda? We'll go finish up, Bill, and then we'll send it to Nunes.
Hashtag all pregnant.
Do you have Ronda winning?
Hashtag all pregnant. Pregnant with emotion right now. And anxiety.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Ronda's gonna win. They again, Ronda doesn't come back to lose, man. So she's gonna win. I don't know who beats her, to be honest with you, but you know, if Bianca beats Becky, you got your thing. So I mean, the better match was Bianca and Ronda and Becky, but you know, Kimmy's right. I mean, it was a ratings thing, man. So but Ronda's gonna win, and she's gonna have that really weird graphic where she keeps turning her fists like this when she punches, and it's very odd. It's very
I'm about the moving graphics, though. I'm about it. Old school.
But that's not a good one.
It's not the best one. No. Nunes, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna steal a page from your book and copy and paste.
Drink.
My drink's empty, but yeah, they're not gonna bring Ronda Rousey back to lose, regardless of who it's against. It doesn't matter. Ronda wins. Pretty short and sweet.
I think Ronda wins too for a lot of reasons. Her taking that loss, which made all the sense in the world. The last WrestleMania we were at, that triple threat. I think she definitely gets the win here for a lot of reasons. Some that Kimmy has mentioned, but it's like you guys said, like the build for this. I'm all about it being organic. I've been very critical of Ronda Rousey in wrestling, and I don't know, like the best way I could explain it, and I'm going off script here a little bit, but I got to see Marina Shafir in BCW not too long ago, and she was fantastic. Darius Carter, who's hashtag always a heel, is great. Father. Cuts a promo at the beginning. He can talk. She comes out, grabs the mic from him, doesn't even say anything, puts it in her pocket, walks away. Then of the night, they steal the show, have a great match. She becomes the new champion. Check it out. Shameless promo on Title Match Network. And she just delivers like one line, drops the mic, I am the problem. That's her thing. And just her intensity, even when she's waiting for her opponent to come to the ring, like her slow entrance and her in-ring moveset. Like, I feel like that's what Ronda should have been instead of cutting these long promos that clearly don't connect or get heat naturally. They get heat because it's not working. You know what I mean? And
Can
I
ask
feel
a
like that's what Ronda
question?
should have been. Go ahead, Bill, please.
Yeah, to your point though, Rob. So I am not the most religious watcher of WWE. Who's the face here? Who's the good guy?
See, I don't believe
Ronda.
it is Ronda, but I don't.
That's
it's
the thing.
technically
I've
Ronda.
heard the Ronda promos, and it's just she's just like, I hate everybody. I'm so mad, but I'm the baby face, and you're like, well, that's not how you do it.
And I think that's why it's not.
I'm not a smart man, but you gotta be nice to people.
Yeah, you gotta like some people. You can't hate everybody.
And I'm not of that mindset that there always needs to be heel in the face in every single feud or build up, but in this case, it's whatever it is or isn't, it's not working. That being said, I do feel for a lot of not political, but a lot of other reasons, Ronda's going to win here. Matt, you obviously are a big fan of the MMA and all that stuff, UFC kind of stuff. I know you were big on Ronda coming to WWE. Your thoughts on this one?
I don't know if I was a big fan of her coming. I was certainly I was anticipatory of her coming to WWE.
Anticipatory.
Yes. No.
Good word out.
The whole thing is here. Does Ronda come back to lose? I don't know. I don't know if she comes back to win either. She comes back to get paid. And we also know that when she comes back, she's not she's not built for this long term. We figured that out last time. There's been nothing since then that proves otherwise. The real question is, if she's going to win, where do they go from here? And can they do the WrestleMania repeat in SummerSlam with the have the 3-1 match over again?
Oh, to unify the titles.
If Becky retains, they could do that. But right now, if they're going this way to unify the Universal and WWE title, can the other ones be that far behind?
I think so.
So,
okay.
It's Ronda. It's just the question of where from here and for how long.
Great point. Really great point, Matt. Interesting.
Hopefully
Bill,
it's a good match, though.
Bill, we got you on this one. Did we get you on this one?
Oh no, I just apologized for doing this match. I think I said Ronda, but Mike brings up a really interesting point of just like, where do you go with Ronda?
Matt.
I think you have to Brock Lesnar Ronda. I'll try to be really quick. Like, she's got to use her sparingly. You can't use her every week, and you have to take this time to hopefully bring back Asuka and Bayley, so you have bigger names coming in for more storylines. So you're distracted from, hey, don't worry about our champion. We have really good matches going on right now. I think if you're going to put the belt on her, you have to make her use her sparingly, because it's just not working. And especially if you're going to turn her heel, give her Heyman.
Ooh.
Give her somebody. Give her Malcolm. You know who I'd love to see? They're never going to do it. Give her Malcolm Bivens.
That would be fantastic.
Not a bad idea.
Diamond Mine.
Yes.
Oh my! If she was the head of well, it could have been. Well, it could be.
Just
give Bivens the ball is what I'm saying.
Tom in the chat saying Ronda Rousey, very interesting. Guys, we were making great time. Shameless promo, guys. If you're watching on Facebook, head over to the BCP YouTube, smash that subscribe button. We're also giving away a Roman Reigns head of the table Universal Champion Funko Pop. Subscribe to YouTube. We'll see it on there. We'll do a random drawing for one lucky winner. And let's go to Lashley. This was announced last night versus Omos. We saw this kind of building. Does Lashley beat the up-and-comer Omos, or is this a defining moment for Omos, Nooner?
Oh, man. With the year that Lashley's had, you would think that Lashley should win this.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes more sense for Omos.
Omos.
Omos. There you go. Omos. Yeah. It makes more sense for Omos to win, but like I said before with this podcast, I'm going with my heart, so I'm going with Lashley.
It makes sense
for
Lashley to win. And he's had a stellar year. A lot of people, and I know one of you guys are going to say a lot of the chatter is that Omos is going to win due to an MVP, switcheroony, turn, whatever. That's a lot of the chatter. I don't want to go that way. I don't want to say it's cliche. I don't want to go
Yo
that
Rush
way.
comes back.
But
to manage Rush.
that being said, almost, like you said, Ronda could use a Heyman in her corner. No disrespect, could use a Heyman in her corner. I think almost would benefit from an MVP.
He would.
It makes a lot of sense.
It really does.
Regardless of if MVP does, betray Bobby Lashley, which is a whole nother story and interesting we could talk about. Lashley's had a stellar year. It doesn't really make sense for him to lose, but almost is a force to be reckoned with. As we've seen, it makes sense in a lot of ways for him to get this win. So I think Lashley's going to actually lose here. Bill, where are you going?
Straight to hell. That's where this match is going. New Hurt Business, baby. It's going to be MVP, Shelton Benjamin, Cedric Alexander, and Omos. That's what's going to happen. Omos will have a title at some point this year. Because, hey, listen, if Austin Theory can beat Ricochet with one move, bet your ass Omos can beat Ricochet with one move. So, unfortunately, that's where it's going to go. Lashley's going to become a babyface. Who he teams with, I don't know, or who he allies himself with. I would love to see a babyface super team of Lashley and Drew McIntyre. That'd be great. But that's probably not going to happen either.
Nah.
Yeah, it's a good idea, but it'll never happen. They're going to get brand split, of course. Yeah, Omos is going to win, and we're all going to lose.
Wow. Kimmy, I see you directing traffic down there.
No, because Omos or Lashley is on Raw, McIntyre's on SmackDown. So
yeah, but there's like drafts and superstar shuffles and like the Super Bowl shuffle and like Tennessee two-step and it's the whole thing.
It was all fake to begin with. Like they never really planned on seeing it through.
What?
No.
Son of a bitch, take it back.
oh,
They
So,
never planned on doing that.
so is Lashley even 100%?
Good question. I don't know anything.
Probably not.
That's why Lashley will be losing because Lashley is not 100%. Boom.
Boom, mic drop. Matt.
Omos.
Wow.
That's it. Just the Omos for everything that everybody's saying. He can't lose yet.
That's true. Yeah.
Lashley shouldn't. It's probably
No,
not the
shouldn't.
best thing for him. He's not in position to be, but Omos is still. Yeah, they're building him to whatever they're building him to, and AJ, top tier name. You got the better. Here's the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one,
Another one.
until he's where they wanted to be.
Great point.
That MVP turn though does make a lot of sense. More and more think about it. I don't want it to happen, but it does make sense.
Talk about a
for
guy
Omos.
who was MVP, a guy who was supposed to just have a cameo,
Right?
Royal
Yeah.
Rumble. Certainly turned himself into a guy that's indispensable to that.
Yes.
One of the best parts of the pandemic. If it wasn't for the Hurt Business and MVP, that was a crucial part.
Great stuff. Yeah, absolutely. The real MVP of Monday Night Raw. All right, let's talk about this. Obviously, this isn't a match per
What?
se. There it is.
What?
Stone
What
Cold.
you talking about, boy?
Special guest appearing on the KO show. KO getting them with that little fake out. What? Twice with that.
He
very
wasn't
interesting-
there. What?
Stone Cold. KO. I think we're going to see stunners. I think we're going to see some beers.
We're gonna see beer. What?
What? Let's go to the younger generation. Kimmy, any thoughts on this?
I like the fact of how many times Owens and Rollins' match has gotten changed at Mania due to this stupid segment.
Not a bad.
I like the fact that this is the main event on a wrestling show and this is a promo battle in a sense. I like that this has been the best build to WrestleMania and it has not been a match. And I love the fact that Owens is going to get stunned. Whoopie-doo. I cannot wait for the main event of night one to be a promo and not a match. Great job, Vince.
It's interesting. I mean, it is the end of night one, like you said. This is the send them home happy. This is the send them home happy. Get ready for night two. That's what this is. Matt, where are you going on this?
I'm going to start sweeping up around that time.
Nice.
That's where I'm going. I'm sorry. To me, this is, you're hitting bottom of the 8th and they're not coming back, so you can start driving home early. Yeah, that's no, it is what it is. There's nothing to say about it. We know what's going to happen. It's not like they're going to have KO kick the crap out of Steve Austin to set up a program with the two of them.
I hope so. I hope that's where that leads to, but
Yeah, it's not going to happen. So unless something else, maybe this is where Cody Rhodes pops up. If they have Shane, if they do something else, they do the bait and switch.
Yeah,
with,
surprise me,
with
please.
Shane O'Mac or whoever else coming out, and maybe this is where he comes in. It's like, yeah, no, I'm retired, son, but here's a friend of mine, a fellow Texan that you can talk to.
Nice. Okay.
Although he's really from Georgia, but you know,
He lived in Texas for me.
Nooner, anything to add on this? Or
I mean, I'm
thoughts?
looking forward to the back and forth between Owens and Austin. I don't know. I'm looking forward to this more so than the average person. I mean, Stone Cold looks in amazing shape. If you guys have watched the Broken Skull sessions, all the interviews have been great. I know this isn't a match, but I mean, if you're gonna end the night on a promo with somebody, it's either gonna be Stone Cold or it's gonna be The Rock. So I'm looking forward to this. I want to see their banter. It reminds me when Austin was on Piper's Pit at WrestleMania, where they just go back and forth. Out of everybody to do this with, Kevin Owens is the perfect choice. One of the best on the mic right now. So I'm looking forward to it.
And that, you bring that up about Kevin Owens. Was it last year at WrestleMania with like the storms and stuff where they were all riffing?
Oh yeah, and he was improvising. Yeah,
you could just tell the guys that were like, "Give me the mic," and
Yeah.
I loved just like the non-scripted. Like it felt like it was like go time. Everyone was in fifth gear. Man, it was really.
I feel
cool.
like
So
they're gonna
think
let
they're
them
be
do
great.
that here.
Yeah, that would be really cool. All right, now I'm a little bit more excited about it. Bill, any feelings on this?
It's just the thing I'm most excited for.
Really?
WrestleMania, and I'm not even kidding. I've been watching
Really?
Steve
Good,
Austin
okay.
wrestle since 1989 when it was USWA on ESPN, and he was in a feud with gentleman Chris Adams, which I think very few people will understand that reference outside of that.
The inventor of the super kick.
What didn't call Mike this time?
oh, that's a lot more than a super kick.
Well, it's like Nunes.
Super wide.
So Kevin Owens, if you don't know the history, I'll give it real quick. Kevin Owens is a massive Steve Austin fan. Steve Austin was the guy who told him, keep running your mouth, never stop talking. That's how you're going to get over. So to me, this is awesome. Kevin Owens is one of my favorite wrestlers, and to see him be able to be in the ring main eventing against his hero, I think is really cool. They're going to have a really good time in the ring. I could see Steve Austin, while he can't do a full match, I could see him getting in a few shots, letting Kevin Owens get in a few shots. And this is a little bit more than just bear, stunner, bear, I think that will happen, no doubt. But I think you'll see, a little bit more out of this than that. And I'm very excited for that because I think the promo Austin did just to respond to doing yes was better than any promo building up to Mania. So it's been great. I wish this could have been a full match because this would have been a bloody street fight, you son of a bitch. You believe it. And it would have been great. It would have been everything I want in life. But unfortunately, it's not going to be that. But it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to it. Hopefully it's not just comes out, says something stunner, and that's it, and goes home. I hope Owens just gets a little bit in on him.
Oh, I think you will.
Not even. I just hope it's something super cool, and I'm excited for it.
The pop and the reaction in Dallas is going to be
great.
Complete insanity.
And he should never come back after this. This should be
okay.
the final time. Like, just can't come back. It's diminishing returns. How many times can he come back?
He did say in his promo to answer to Kevin Owens, didn't he say his final can of whoop ass or one of his last? Didn't he say that?
It should be the final one. It should end it. That's why I don't want to see Undertaker come back. That's true, yeah. Had your moments. Now you can end it.
Although I will say I would like, and again, a little off the rails here, but I would like Undertaker to have the moments in front of the fans, like.
He
with
will.
Retirement
Yeah.
being,
He will get. They do that moment every year with the Hall of Fame inductees.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So
that's true.
We'll get that. But he didn't retire in front of people, which sucks. But he's also that'll be a good moment for him in Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, very interesting. All right, we've reached the point in the show where Kimmy yells at me for missing a match, but I believe we have. Oh, am I getting yet? Wow, I'm getting the green light here.
He passed.
People can
Only
grow
took
and
a year and
change.
a half, guys, for him to pass. It took 18 months. Way to go, Rob.
I'll take it. We have Roman Reigns defending his WWE Universal Championship. But wait, it's a
WrestleMania
unification versus Fun Dad Brock Lesnar.
Cowboy
Brock
No,
Lesnar.
no.
Never say that again.
No, it's
No.
Fun Dad Sting.
It's Fun Dad.
Matt had the right name for him.
What was the, am I allowed to hear this name?
Is it Happy Cowboy?
Happy Cowboy Brock.
Happy Cowboy Brock.
Let's be real. I mean, let's talk about it. We're all going to say the same thing. We've heard a million times on a million other podcasts. Brock is doing his best stuff. And Roman is doing his best stuff. And it's the stuff we don't expect. We hear all these things. We have known this Brock Lesnar. He's at every show. He's on both shows. Who is this? He's kicking the Creator Pro guys around on every SmackDown. It's great to see.
Because they paid him a large amount of money to do that.
Hey, you know what?
They always have.
He is
though.
not doing
secured
it
the bag.
voluntarily.
But he's got a big smile on his face every time he does. Like, I think he is enjoying. I think, as we get older and grow and mature, I think he wants to help the business. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's the paycheck. But Gibby's like, yeah, it's a paycheck. I think he wants to leave the business a little better from all the stuff that's coming out now. And again, I take everything with a grain of salt, but he's given the advice. He's helping people. I see him working with the Creator Pro talent all the time. It's great to see. This is exciting, but now he is the WWE champion. We all know this already. This is going to be the big unification. We've seen some rumored title designs and whatnot, but can Brock afford a loss here? Or does it make sense for Roman to even lose? He's on the run of a lifetime. He is doing his best stuff. I mean, this is the Roman we always wanted, and he's just hit the sweet spot. He has found it. Every promo, every facial expression, every tone of his voice. I still say he doesn't need Heyman, although Heyman's a treasure for all the stuff that he does. But Roman is killing it right now. I think the head of the table, he needs to beat Brock Lesnar here. And I don't want to see this match again, but you know what? They have reinvented it, and I'm kind of being hypocritical here about the face and heel and all that kind of stuff, because this has been very well done, and it's a little bit of that long-term storytelling that we lack sometimes. That being said, I have to go with the head of the table, the head of the bloodline, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, to become the United Global Universal WWE
Intergalactic champion.
Intergalactic champion. Noon, I see you nodding your head.
I mean, this is an easy one. It makes no sense for Roman to lose. He must be a big Doom fan because he's on God mode right now.
Nice.
It's Roman.
Roman.
It really makes no sense for him to lose right now.
Matt,
It should be a hell of a main event.
It should be. Matt, what do you got?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Roman, because I think one of the reasons why we see him, so happy and so loose is Brock. He feels secure. He's like, this is this part of my career. I came back. This time I'm just gonna have fun with it. Everything else, it was securing the money. It was securing like a position to come back later when he wanted another couple $1 million. This is the happiest you'll see Brock, unless he's killing an animal larger than himself. And I think that's why, this is to build Roman's next, 3 to 5 years. And Brock is cool with it, happy with it, and he'll do it for somebody else. Yeehaw. So this is Roman's show going forward, still his yard.
That's awesome. Nothing is going to build Money in the Bank nothing's going to...
Oh, the Brock party?
Nothing is going to overtake Money in the Bank last year. Matt comes over the briefcase of the Crave Case White Castle.
It's still up in the kitchen. It's never going away.
He's doing the Brock party. Oh, this is the best.
Need to get that shirt.
Those are some good cheeseburgers. White Castle, call us. Kimmy.
So Insider Kimmy has heard some things, which is quite funny, but Roman Reigns will win.
That wasn't I pick Roman Reigns. That is Roman Reigns will win.
No, it's not.
That's Vicky Valancourt saying, That ain't a prediction. That's what the score's going to be.
Yeah. That's what that was. Wow. All right. Kimmy.
Lynn Swan backing away.
That's it. Bill, I see you thinking over there. I see you stroking the beard. What's going on?
Look at that! Look at that beautiful hair.
That is
His.
a beautiful.
It's just like
I love
if
that
you ever seen
hair. I'm jealous.
right now.
You're jealous.
You actually got to do this is like 12 years. You really just got to put some oil in there. You really got to work it. You got to massage it in there. It's great.
Can we get a Bill Bachman oil like brand on? I think that would sell.
Big Slick Pomade out of Freehold, New Jersey. My friends from High Tide Records, they run it. So check them out. You can find them on Etsy or bigslickpomade.co, I think. Anyway, so regardless, this should be a good match. I just don't ever want to see it again. We've got a lot of these. It's been a lot. You know, it's like when Austin and Rock hit that final WrestleMania time. Three times too many, in my opinion. So it's like Austin and Rock. They hit that final match. You're like, okay, guys, we're good. We don't need to see this one anymore. And I think this is Flair, Steamboat. Every feud has an expiration date, and I think this is hitting the expiration date. Roman's gonna win. He's gonna monologue for like 30 minutes about who I'm beating that ass, just like we get it, we understand you're beating people up. You don't have to tell me. I could literally watch you do it. But I just, my biggest question is for you guys, and I'm going to take over the podcast for a second, Rob, because this is what a good journalist and the co-host of the Socially Distanced podcast, which airs every Friday on all your favorite streaming platforms. We're actually dropping our 100th episode this week, which BCP original Mike Facciano is on. So my question to you is, Roman wins. But where do we go from here?
No clue.
No clue. Do we get?
Who's the next challenger? I have no clue.
Do we get? Dwayne, The Rock, Johnson coming out on a Titantron? Kimmy, just let me live in my moment for a second. Girl, put your hand down. You know you're gonna just jump in after me. Chris, I love you. Come on. But it's just like does The Rock come out?
Ooh. That'd be good way to end it.
For Mania in LA at SoFi, that beautiful stadium, because you're going to want to start selling tickets way ahead of time, and that is box office. We did it with Cena and Rock. Now we have this whole year of building, and because I don't see anyone that WWE has built even remotely close to defeating Roman Reigns. Nobody. And no offense to Seth Rollins or Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley, Cody Rhodes, Jesus Christ, anyone.
Happy Corbin.
I'm not. I mean, he's like number 62.
Madcap Moss.
Oh, he's gonna be no. So anyway, there's things I was gonna say. Listen, T-Bar is that's the guy, guys. That's the guy.
T-Bar's 0 because that comes before 1.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, it's like who's not Goldberg, obviously, but who's next? Who's the guy?
No, please no.
No. I'm just saying it's not Goldberg. But I'm saying,
Why would you
I was like,
put
wait
that
a
in
minute.
universe?
But I'm just saying who's going to be. No one's built up.
No.
It has to be The Rock, right? He has to be the end game.
But does that mean Roman doesn't defend the title for a year? Like, how do you play that out?
No, he'll just beat everyone's ass. So Kimmy, you've been so patient. What do you think?
I raised my hand twice. What do you mean I'm not patient? Sir.
What do you got, Kim?
Okay.
You just answered his question.
Okay, so basically,
Just answered your own question.
basically what's gonna happen is at WrestleMania Backlash, he's gonna wrestle Cody in one match, then he's gonna wrestle Drew in another. He'll lose to Cody, so Raw has a champion, and then SmackDown has a champion. Then The Rock can come out for WrestleMania 39.
Wait, hold on 1 second. So you said Cody, and who's the second match? Didn't hear that. Drew. I thought you said Jorah, and I'm like, wow, Jorah Joel from AEW is making a hell of a jump. Good guy, but it's a little bit of a jump.
You think Cody is gonna beat Roman for the title?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Because to be honest, I see where Kimmy's point is that Roman doesn't need the title
he doesn't,
to face The Rock. To face The Rock is what I'm saying.
Well, he'll lose one title to Cody so he can have his other title. Roman's not going to hold both titles for a year.
I just think they're going to unify.
But Raw's going to be stranded.
They're
Because
unifying
that's
them,
what
though.
close.
So that means like it's not like when
Yeah, but
Becky had the
then
Raw on the
yes,
That
but
might
we've
be the
seen
best thing
this.
for Raw.
But we've seen this.
I agree.
But we've seen this multiple times, and then it's like, oh my god, Raw needs a title. Let's ununify them anyway. We fucked up. WWE,
No, I get
you know.
that. They're kind of just doing
Because
that.
remember, let's remember something, guys. This match was not supposed to happen. Seth Rollins is supposed to be champion right now. Thank you, Roman Reigns getting COVID.
Don't say that. Don't ever say that. But yeah,
Jumping dicks. What I'm saying is, so the basic question is, titles aside, yeah, Mike Matt caught that one at the end. Does The Rock? Do we see a Rock Roman, either Rock showing up at the end of WrestleMania, or do we see next year, whenever it happens, Rock and Roman headlining a night at SoFi for WrestleMania next year?
I could totally see that.
I mean, I think that's what we've been talking about
If it's ever going to happen,
That's
that's
a good
it.
ending to WrestleMania with The Rock coming out at the Roman winning.
You don't even have to say nothing.
Yeah,
you
they
know?
kind of just look at each other. They both
He's
do
not gonna say it.
the point
And it
better than Ronda,
and it does, like you said, a great point, guys. It doesn't have to be about a title. It is who is the head of the table, you know, or something like that. Very interesting. This is good. Do we get everyone on Brock? I almost said Brock Roman. Do we get everybody? Is it shameless promo
Roman?
time?
Robble.
it's always shameless promo.
Shameless
time.
promo
It's
time.
always shameless.
Matt, are
promo
we getting
time.
pictures of brisket? We getting pictures of smoked meat?
Oh, yes. We are going to do it up. Chris, help me out with the what's here. We're going to have brisket,
What?
What?
Texas toast,
What?
What?
chili with no beans.
What?
What?
Put that on some hot dogs.
What?
What?
Cooking on propane.
What?
What?
And a whole lot more. Gonna
What?
fry
Oh.
everything.
Huh?
Yeah.
That was amazing.
That's what we're doing up. And we're going to put all the pictures on social media. So
Let's do
if
it.
you want to see him
all
on
these
Twitter,
socials.
it's at anti-smart. That's anti-smart with 2 A's. And if you're not into seeing my culinary expertise, you can
Which
catch me
is a
here on the
shame.
BCP podcast. And
Oh, man.
and every now and then over on popbreak.com.
Just reviewed the first 2 episodes of Halo. Check that review out.
Ooh, I got to watch that.
And,
Interesting.
and Tracy's our hero.
That's
Yes,
it.
she is.
That's it. Love it. Kimmy, you got a flight to catch. You got
Flight
a long
to
weekend.
catch.
Be safe out there. Have fun. Enjoy yourself.
Say hi to Luca for me.
Say hi to Luca. Say hi to Amanda. Have a good time. Say hi to Thunder Rosa. Kimmy, what do you got on the shameless promo?
I will be hiding Thursday.
She'll find
So
you.
I don't have, nope, it's pretty big. I have the map. I have time to hide.
So does she.
So, no, she'll be busy signing, doing her thing. I don't want to bother her. So, hi, I'm going to Dallas in about 10 hours. My flight is at 8:20 in the morning, and I already want to go on that flight. So, yippee for me. I don't even know. I can't even think.
You're
I
on
write
everything.
for the pop break. I write for the pop break, and Bill's gonna kill me because I send him a new email every other day, and I'm like, Bill, this is what I do. What else do I do? I'm here. I talk about wrestling and I podcast. Warriors of Wrestling is on April 9th, and Nyla Rose will be there.
A native
Wowzers.
beast.
I'm gonna be at WrestleCon, working with Mia Yim and Athena. I don't even know what I do. I'm like not here. I'm already on the freaking plane.
That's a hey.
Oh,
Have
let's leave it
fun.
at
Where can people find you on social media so they can see all your photos from WrestleCon weekend?
Oh, am I even going to be allowed to post them? I hope I can. Kimmy_Sokol. Thanks, Bill.
Boom. Have fun, Kimmy. Enjoy
Yeah, have
yourself,
fun. Be
will ya?
safe.
We'll
And
live
say
like-
hi to.
I'm
say
just
hi to Seth
she has
for us.
updated her countdown on the screen
Oh, I
during the
see it.
podcast.
I like it.
Say hi to
Oh,
the real
I'm ready.
Seth for us.
Yeah, that's
He's
right.
downstairs.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
is.
Papa's
Yeah,
so
he
cool.
is. He's everywhere.
Speaking about a so cool Papa, Bill, what do you got for us?
Hello, everyone. My name is Bill Bodkin. I am the editor-in-chief of thepopbreak.com. We've been doing this for 13 years, so check out
Damn right.
thepopbreak.com every single day. We just wrapped our Oscar coverage, so go check that out. I have a lot of podcasts, a lot of writing. I'll be writing the review for the series premiere of Moon Knight, which will premiere on Disney Plus tomorrow. I am going to be We're going to be posting multiple episodes this week of the Socially Distanced podcast, the flagship podcast of thepopbreak.com. We're celebrating our 100th episode. That will be our Moneyball episode where we had 9 guests come up and talk about money. Listen, Scotty H, baby. And we had a whole bunch of people come on, including Mike from the BCP. We will then be dropping our Moon Knight episode following a couple days later. It was myself, Al Manarino, Tyler McCarthy, and our friend Amanda Rivas. And then we drop that every week. I just also dropped Bill versus the MCU, which is my monthly MCU podcast because I never finished it. So I'm rewatching the whole thing with the podcast editor at popbreak.com, Alex Marcus. Find that under the Breakcast Hub on all your favorite streaming platforms. Of course, follow me on Twitter if you must, at Bodkin Writes. Follow Pop Break on social media at the Pop Break on Instagram and Twitter. I am also doing a whole bunch of other stuff with other podcasts, so check out the TV Break Hub, which is also there. I am going to be hosting Pop Break TV, which comes out every first Wednesday of every month. So yeah, doing a lot.
Where are you at on the in the MCU timeline right now?
We just finished. We just did Iron Man 3, Thor: The Dark World, and Captain America: The Winter Soldier. So,
so
I
you're
never
on
seen
the
Iron Man
alternate
3.
Yes.
Never saw Iron Man 3. Dark World's the worst. Winter Soldier's my favorite. So.
Oh, Winter Soldier's so good.
Okay, interesting.
Oh, man.
Hey guys, thank you so much for taking the time. Stellar predictions and very timely, might I add. Very well done. Happy
9.5 hours, Kimmy.
No, Kimmy, that's right.
Like so.
I love the update. Kimmy, be safe. And guys,
be
everyone
safe.
listening, as like we always say here on the BCP, everyone stay safe, stay positive, take care of each other.
What?